Welcome to the Gamer Zone. Here we will show you many a thing, such as card games.
No motorcycles though.
Oh yeah, we were just talking about 5Ds and how it's a silly little. It sucks. But anyways, point is, there's a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh to go through these days. Starting with like 2 fucking ban lists in a row because fuck me, I guess.
I think it's just the one ban list. We covered one the last time, which was the one we missed, and now this is the most recent one.
Did we? Did we not cover the?
Yeah, no, we covered. So we covered the October ban list back in January.
Yeah.
And then
okay.
and now this is like the February one.
It's
only
yeah.
like
This
what,
is
a month
this
old.
is this is the Feb one, yeah. But there was a previous one real quick that just like was a shitty emergency ban list that banned Mystic Mine, Herald of Oranges, Curious Lightsworn, Lyra Lusk, Recital Starling was semi-limited, Dimensional Fissure, Macrocosmos, and Ptolemaeus were all unlimited. Metaverse and Enki were also freed. That list was basically just like, draw the out, idiot, in response to tears.
Oh yeah, no, I remember that one now. Like it was so superfluous, but then again, some cool stuff did come off.
And Mystic Mine is where it belongs now.
Yeah, in the fucking trash.
More like piss dick
Anyone
mine.
that plays mine should feel bad.
Yeah, our friend who plays mine.
Fuck you.
It's so needless.
He knows who he is.
We're coming for you. Anyways, the actual new ban list. Imagine needing 2 ban lists to deal with fucking women.
You don't need to because it's here.
Yay! Banned Sprite Elf, Kit Kat, Artifact Scythe, and Barrier Statue. They murdered every good deck to sell cash, but at the same time, all these hits are good, objectively.
Yeah, there's only one hit I think that's missing on the ban list, and I think it's Winder, but yeah, the time will come. Maybe one day.
I don't know. I haven't seen Winda like splashed around enough, but like Sprite Elf, because of how splashable it was, deserves to be where it is. It should have been either more generic or had like a weaker effect. Kit Kat,
Yeah.
I don't need to explain anything. Fuck her. I hope she dies. She did. Artifact Scythe is. It was a card that caused every single rogue deck to merge into the same shitty strategy over and over again, and I'm glad it's gone for that alone, because A, it's not a fun strategy to pull off, and B, it's not a fun strategy to go against. There's nothing fun or interesting about it, and I'm glad it's fucking dead.
Yeah, and Stormwind's being banned. It's nice to see Fluanderies have to make an effort when they play the game now.
Bird up now, dickhead. Limited. Almost.
Yes.
Almost. Okay. Every tier main deck monster Rhino Heart was limited. Every single new Ishizu card was limited. And AFB, Ancient Fairy Bragon, is back, baby.
Yes, this is the most interesting thing because it's back with Errata, which means I can't remember what it is, but
it makes it so that you have to search a different field spell from what you grab, and it also is a hard once per turn.
Oh well, that's fine.
Yeah, I fully expect them to like give Luna actual support now, but at the same time, it might just be for another thing they did recently.
Maybe. Only time will tell. I think they'll do it. Like they're vastly approaching the bottom of the barrel in terms of like things to support. So if they can do it for Sherry fucking Blank, then they can do it with a more important character.
You'll have to support Umbral Horrors eventually, Konami. You know it's coming.
I'm down for that.
Same. Unlimited is Lithosagum, Yatagarasu, Jet Synchron, Destrudo, O-Lion, Spiral Resort, and Servant of Endymion, my beloved.
Man, you can really tell this band list is like, oh yeah, Hulk's gone. Everyone's coming back.
You just see Jet Synchron pop up. It's like, is he gone? Can I come out?
It's safe now.
Even
return to me.
It's so bizarre to see Yatagarasu here too, because he was like I mean, it makes sense that he's here, but he was like the longest banned card in the history of the game, I think.
Yeah, I think it's now what, like, I don't know, pot of greed?
Yeah, it's got to be at this point, right? Or I don't know if there was a format where past the first few ban lists, pot of greed was legal.
It doesn't really matter which ones have banned the longest. But But it is nice to see all these tunes back. Destrudo especially, because I like Destrudo. He's a good boy. He didn't deserve the punishment he got.
Destrudo. Destrusi.
Yeah, I like Destrudo. He's my favourite. He's a good boy. He didn't deserve the punishment he got.
Yeah, I do hope he's learned something.
Never trust a Link 2 that summons a tuner from deck that requires the 2 monsters, one of which being a tuner.
Well, fortunately, he won't have to go through that with Sparred Elf again. But anyways, this is a very good list. The only downsides are that I'm going to miss the opportunity to play Nimble Gishki Sprite, because that's basically fucked now. And I am sad that Kashtira is now, like, the big dog, and it's also kind of annoying to go against, because it's you open the out or you lose, and then you win if you open the out. It's...
Yeah, I understand that Sprite Elf is quite strong, but I think banning it now was kind of mean. Even, like, limiting it would have been fine.
Maybe. It's hard to say, because you gotta keep in mind Tier Limits used it too.
I guess.
I don't know, though, but, after that, we've got Photon Hypernova in the TCG.
It's here. It's queer. It's Gold Pride.
Yay! Gold Pride Worldwide! Wait.
Okay.
It's the wrong race!
So, we got some monsters here. We had the one that was released for Sneak Peek, which is Gold Pride Leon. Did we talk about this guy?
Let's say we did. He's a level 3 tuner that summons something else and can summon himself if your life points are lower, I believe.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, it sets an expectation of what the deck can do, and he does it pretty good.
Yeah. And there is... Let's talk about some of the main decks first. There's Nitro Head, who is a level 8 Fire Pyro that can summon itself when your life points are lower than the opponent's, and during the opponent's standby phase, you can special summon a level 8 Nitro token that cannot be linked away. And as a quick effect during their main phase, you can detonate it and any adjacent cards. It's really neat from an aesthetic point. Yeah,
it's a cool little main deck boss monster, I'd say. It's a shame that the token pop, it's not like an inherent effect of the token being destroyed. Like, you know, when you kill a Najama token, it burns you for like 300 damage.
Because you had to touch an Ojama.
Yeah, it's a similar thing. Like, more tokens should do things when they get destroyed. Not that it matters in the grand scheme of things. I just think it'd be cool.
It's fair. And after that, another main deck is Captain Carey, who has the same summon condition and grabs a Gold Pride trap on summon. I don't know what it is with TCG exclusive decks and having their guys only search like one kind of card instead of like spells and traps.
Yeah,
anyways,
it's a bit of a weird thing. Like, I have a feeling you'd only play this card because it exists at the moment and there's not a spell searcher in its place. As soon as a level 3 spell searcher appears, I think that's no more Captain Carey. Going second. Going.
Carry me
like,
away.
Second at least.
Yeah. Once sent to the graveyard, you can target an extra deck summon Gold Pride, banish up to 3 Gold Prides from graveyard, and give it a 500 boost for each. That exists!
That's an effect. At least it's permanent.
Yeah, so was a Vendred Killer Man.
Who?
Vendred Slayer.
Oh. Yeah, but that's like 200 for like one banish. This is objectively stronger.
I mean, if you like being sad, sure. Anyways, The Crowd Goes Wild is a quick play that reveals a Gold Pride in hand, adds one with a different name from deck, and then you can special summon one from hand but lose life points equal to its attack. Yeah, this is just fantastic.
Yeah, good searcher. Good play starter. It's the only card in the strategy that actually manipulates your life points, though. So
play punks.
Yeah, take that for what you will.
I like the idea of using like the life points though as kind of like, is it delayed? It's coming close. Like I like that as an idea for the main gimmick. It's just that it is kind of a thing where it's like you need to rely on punk essentially to set that up for you. And that's not too bad on paper because it gives you access to E-Telly, and the Punk engine in general is pretty strong.
Yeah, it seemed it seemed like quite a natural mesh for it just to work. As soon as people like started theorizing and seeing like the life point requirements, they were like, this seems like a time for Punk.
Hey, Punk.
Next up is Nitro Blaster, a Link 2. You can destroy one card on your opponent controls and then destroy all cards in the adjacent zones. Then during the end phase, it shuffles into the deck. During the end phase, it summons Nitro Head from deck or graveyard.
Well, actually, the detonation effect only goes off if your life points are lower.
It only off if it's lower. I should probably specify, but it's fine. Just a general gist of what they do.
Yeah, I think the problem is for all the back and forth it's probably going to have when you start attacking and like shutting off your own effects, you would better be able to kill that turn. Otherwise, you basically shut off a lot of what you're able to do.
Yeah. I think, once again, it's kind of Konami's faith that the game will last for more than 2 or 3 turns. Especially in the modern state of things.
It would if they just made some fucking good control and mid-range decks. Instead of like murdering math mechs with bestials. You know.
Just saying.
Just saying.
Someone's bitter and twisted. It's okay though.
But yeah, Start Your Engines is a trap that pops on summon and makes your opponent randomly summon one of 3 gold prides from your deck. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's fine. I'd rather an extra trap to search, but yeah. I think
it's decent disruption. It helps you plus, so you can summon out Nitro Head, so you get another pop.
True. I suppose my lizard brain just get triggered when like you don't see the word negate. This game has conditioned me to like look for the word negate and imagine it being good.
To be fair, Kashtira I don't think uses a single Nagoo.
I know, it's weird.
How is this good?
Oh,
I don't understand.
It negates your field zones. Finally is Starleon, which is a level 6 generic. It gains attack. You can target a monster your opponent controls. It gains attack equal to that opponent's monster. And then if your life points are lower than your opponent, it's destroyed. And then during the end phase, it pivots
if this was used.
Sorry. Yeah, if it was used, it pivots into Leon, and then Leon does Leon things. And it is kind of good. You can run over pretty much anything, even if it doesn't.
Yeah,
pop.
I do think it's interesting that this kind of like lower life point thing to keep in the neck and neck of the race to say, and the kind of what's the word? The kind of like bounce effect that all the extra guys have so far is really interesting.
Yeah, I assume it's like changing between car modes and horse modes and
horse become car.
That'd be terrible. I'd hate to see that in real life.
I overlay my Sapphire Pegasus into the rank 4 train.
Oh no. Oh no.
Okay. Anyways, the rarity spread. Secrets include Kashtira Arise Heart, Kashtirthea, it was Papayas in Japan, Pressured Planet Wraith Sauce, Sargus, Waitbridge, Gold Pride The Crowd Goes Wild, Gold Pride Leon, Galaxy Photon Dragon, fuck, Triple Tactics Thrust, and Gravekeeper's Engraving, which is in this set for some reason.
They seem pretty standard for what I'd expect to be high rarities. Long story short, everyone knows this by now, but Kashtira got fucked, and rightfully so.
Good.
Yeah.
Ultras are Kashtira Riseheart, Tier Limits Kashtira, Trivikarma, Grand Guignol the Drusk Dragon, Big Welcome Labyrinth, Rinbrum the Striking Dragon, Leviathan Generator Boss, Bear Grimshelled Emperor of the Forest Crown, which is a weird way of translating that, Gold Pride Captain Carey, Gold Pride Star Leon, number C62, Ice Jade Adrian Geimer, and Orphabule. So yeah, ultras are fun.
Yeah, and one thing I do notice as well is like they're very intent on like giving Labyrinth as many ultra slots as possible.
I mean, okay, look, it's a control deck with fat tits. You have to expect that.
I suppose.
Oh yeah, Bistro Baldrake is also a common, and Gishki is low rarity, baby. Just in time for the deck to be dead.
Say, but Baldrake printed as a common just in time for Bestials to be fucking worthless.
Good.
Wow.
And now the exclusives in the set. Minairuka is a level 4 water fish, and when a water's effect is activated, you can special this from hand. You can banish one of the water types from your field, then target negate a card for the turn. It's probably good in Goaty and could see use as a shark extender.
Yeah, I can see that. I think it's a weird seeing like a spell speed 1 just banish to negate, but it's fine.
Yeah, it's mostly just useful for extension purposes, I think. Orphabule, the Harmonious Bullfighter Bard, is a level 8 Light Beast Warrior. Nomi, banish 2 light and 2 dark from hand and or graveyard. If summoned this way, it gets 1k attack for each banished from hand and can attack monsters a number of times equal to what was banished from graveyard. If it destroys a monster, you can banish it. It's an interesting game ender for Chaos, but not much else.
Yeah, it's for a heavy cost. It's quite underwhelming. Because you have to make sure to banish the right things from the hand to get the right amount of attack gain. And even if you banish from graveyard, it's attacks on monsters, so...
Yeah, it's... I don't know, I guess if you've eaten through your opponent's disruption, but again, the resource cost seems pretty big.
Yeah, I can't blame people for not wanting to play it, especially considering you could just play Levianair or something and get more benefit for less cost.
Yeah. And next up is Diabolantis, the Menacing Mantis. That rhymes. It's a level 8 Dark Insect Synchro, mills insects and plants on summon equal to the non-tuners used. You can make a plant or insect you control a tuner. It's kind of neat, but bugs have enough extenders as is. Give them a real fucking boss monster.
Yeah, all I know about this card is that Punk's using it as a a level 8 in place of Chaos Ruler. I don't even think they're milling anything with it.
Lamau. That's depressing.
that's the power of cope.
Like, why are you making? Do they just need the dark attribute?
I don't know. Probably. That might make them more sense than just like, because I know it's level 8 and they need a level 8, and
well, if they need a level 8 dark, why don't they just go for Scarlight, a card that has a fucking purpose?
True. They could also make Borgor.
Are they summoning like a plant or insect that they need to be a tuner?
I don't know, dude. All I know is that it's there and they're using it.
Fair. Next up is Ixie's Align, which is a quick play that makes 2 monsters the same level, and it locks you to summoning from the extra deck, except mons that share a type as what was changed. It's a searchable card, I guess. It's the Gaga gimmick already wasn't good, but you're doing this still.
Yeah, it's not great. Like, maybe you could like punk an opponent by like changing their monster to some stupid level, like the Lyrillus card, the trap. But
today you will be level 7. Wait, no, don't make, no, not mind hacker.
Oh, what a terrible
Diablosis,
what a
no.
mistake of card design that was. Yeah, it's cool, but not great.
Yeah, I think the only thing I've seen to maybe use it for is like a Burying deck, but like that's impossible to build already, and I've tried.
Yeah, you've been tasked with doing that by one of your friends, and I don't envy you.
Yeah, it's like, for all the support they gave this fucking deck in the Shark set, for all the cards they took away from a reasonable playstyle to focus on something fucking retarded, they've just botched it entirely. Anyways, made to order Mermaid Outfitter is a normal spell that banishes a card from opponent's graveyard to grab one of that card from your deck. I guess it exists.
It's such a weird, because the TCG seems to be getting like, it's like, you know how Spellbound was in the last set, which seems like a really good card.
But it's not.
Yeah, it's like on the surface, it appears good, but in practice, probably not so good. Might be good for mirror matches, especially in a format where high representation. But the format is starting to diversify, so it might actually fall. It wouldn't have much of a chance at the moment.
Well, it's also just how are you going to use your graveyard when Kashtira is currently eating its ass?
Draw the out, idiot.
All right, Book of Eclipse, Ash Blossom. Okay.
Oh yeah, they can do that.
God. Anyways, the imports, aside from the engraving card for Gravekeepers that's bad, is Casimolar, Queen Butterfly Denouse, Quardan the Clear-Sighted, Pharaonic Advent, Apophis the Swamp Deity, Green Ninja, and Zex Stagger. These exist.
Yeah, well, Green Ninja's a good import. Seeing as ninjas are in this set, or the last of the ninjas.
I don't even remember what the fuck Quardan was. Is he like an owl?
Quardan is, I believe, some kind of weird fairy support. Or it's one of the Quardan. How do you spell it?
When this card is it's the Odeon support.
Yeah, it's another fairy, I guess. Set continuous trap from your hand or graveyard.
Yeah, and it searches.
You can activate this turn. It's actually it's not a bad effect.
I think. Yeah, I don't like it though.
Okay, well that makes everything okay.
Yeah, no, I believe it or not, I don't think recurring and protecting skill drain is something this game needed.
No, but it's nice that you can do it, I guess.
No, it's not.
Oh.
Anyways, Maze of Memories.
Yes, we're actually on time for this one.
I was chomping at the fucking bit for these goddamn reveals. Like, holy shit, they waited until the last fucking week and a half to show us this shit.
Didn't they do that with like Toon Chaos as well, though?
Maybe I don't know. It's been 17 years. But let's talk about the Gate Guardian support first, because this is the stuff that I. you may notice a difference in our tones, and you'll probably hear that a lot today. But starting off is the main deck level 7 Labyrinth Heavy Tank. Level 7 Dark Machine, 24/24 on both stats, meaning that if you somehow, by some miracle of fate, have a level 8 on the field, you can Naganaki it to get something else. I mean, you can Naganaki your level 8 in order to summon this guy. But you can normal summon it without tributing, and cannot attack the turn it was normal summoned. During your main phase, you can place one of your Sangha of the Thunder, Kazajin, or Suijin that is banished or in your hand or deck, face up in your spell and trap zone as a continuous spell. Then, if you control a Labyrinth Wall card, you can destroy one monster your opponent controls.
Yeah, he's actually pretty good. I got no qualms with that.
Yeah, no, he's pretty like. The pop effect generally won't go off because you'll kind of see once you kind of see what this deck's playstyle is like. But generally, if your opponent already has a field packed full of monsters that you need to kill, and you summon this guy, you're not making it out of the turn. I'm just gonna tell you that straight up.
Pretty much.
But next up, their last new main deck monster is Shadow Ghoul of the Labyrinth, level 5 Dark Zombie effect, and you can discard it to add one Labyrinth Wall card from your deck to your hand. There are 2 cards you can add, and only one of them you'd want to run. At the start of the damage step, if your opponent's monster battles while you control a Labyrinth Wall card, you can banish this card from your graveyard and destroy that opponent's monster. This thing is actually way more impactful than you'd think with the second effect, because the first effect is already pretty good, and the second one gives you a bit of weird protection in certain situations.
Does it go off with the field spell on the board? Oh, yeah. Okay. So here I was thinking you needed to control the original Labyrinth Wall. Yeah, no, that's completely changed my outlook on this card. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. This is a Labyrinth Wall card and not Labyrinth Wall, so it's either or. Speaking of thinking a new field spell, let's talk about that
Reading
next.
comprehension.
Their field spell is Labyrinth Wall Shadow. It's a field spell, and monsters cannot attack the turn they are summoned except monsters whose original level is 5 or higher. Once per turn, during your main phase, you can place one of your Sangha of the Thunder, Kazajin, or Suijin that is banished, or in your hand or deck face up in your spell and trap zone as a continuous spell. At the start of your opponent's battle phase, you can target one monster your opponent controls with less than 1600 attack, destroy it. Unlike Shadow Ghoul, that secondary effect is not so great. The first effect is fine, and the second effect is what you really want it for, because it's a play starter that can't be ashed or impermed. It's pretty spicy.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good. It's like basically recontextualizes both the whole like wall shadow ghoul and like labyrinth wall thing into a single card. That actually does something.
Yeah, definitely run fucking not only 3 copies of Shadow Ghoul, but Foolish Burial Goods with what was it called? The Crystal Beast spell.
Oh yeah, the Rainbow Bridge of
field
the
spells.
Heart, Rainbow Bridge of the Soul, or something like that.
Rainbow Bridge of Salvation.
That's the one.
Yeah. You want to see this as often as possible because it's very good. But now, onto what this deck has really themed itself around. Starting off with, let's start off with one of the smaller fusions. Gate Guardian of Water and Thunder. Level 9 Water Aqua Fusion effect. It's got 2,550 attack, 2,300 defense, and its materials are Suijin and Sangha of the Thunder. And it must be special summoned from your extra deck by banishing the above cards you control. Notice it doesn't say monsters. It says cards. Meaning you put that bitch in your back row and oh boy. Oh! Once per chain, as a quick effect, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls, change its attack to 0 until the end of this turn. You can only use this effect of Gate Guardian of Water and Thunder twice per turn. And if this face-up special summon card in its owner's control leaves the field because of an opponent's card, you can special summon one of your banished Suijin or Sangha of the Thunder. This sets up their new strategy, and it's a really fucking cool strategy. I really like it.
Yeah, no, this one's more akin to the original guys, who just have like a targeting drop to 0. So he's not the best, but it's nice to have options.
Yeah, he's fine for OTKing,
yeah,
I think.
He's a big boy.
He can, especially with a certain other card they have, if you can pull it off. But their next one, moving up. Yeah, you also notice that Gate Guardian of Water and Thunder, they like removed his stomach, so he's now just like a set of tits on top of a crotch.
It's hot.
The ultimate life form. Gate Guardian of Wind and Water is a level 9 wind spellcaster, fusion effect monster, 2,450 attack, 2,300 defense, and needs Kazajan and Suijin. Same summoning conditions, and once per chain, when your opponent activates a spell trap card or effect on the field, as a quick effect, you can negate that effect. This is a hard twice per turn. That is fucking radical. It has the same floating effect, but with Kazajan and Suijin instead, but I fucking love this card. Because it's something so goofy that it's just like, it's Gate Guardian. Just let them have some goddamn fun. 2 back row negates per turn is fucking bananas on one card.
Yeah, I mean, it works. I mean, I think you'll be staring that down more often than any of the others.
Yeah, it is ultimately like... There is another one that can be a good turn 1 option, but generally this is going to be your go-to. And speaking of the other one, Gate Guardian of Thunder and Wind, level 9 Light Thunder Fusion effect monster, 2,500 attack, 2,200 defense, needs Sangha of the Thunder and Kazajan, and same summoning condition. During the main phase, you can add 1 spell trap from your deck to your hand that mentions one of the 3 boys, and that one's a hard once per turn instead of a hard twice per turn, so why live? And if this face-up special summon card in its owner's control leaves the field, it floats into Sangha or Kazajan. I'm kind of sad that it doesn't float into both of them and instead one or the other, but it's fine as is. And there's a certain piece of interruption you can grab with him that can actually, in the right matchup, be more impactful than Wind and Water, but it's really going to depend.
I'll take your word for it. I've not actually fully play tested them. I think I did like a silly combo with them, and that's about as far as I've got.
That's the best kind of combo to do with them. But anyways, their last fusion, and the biggest boy of all, is Gate Guardian Combined. Level 12 Dark Warrior Fusion effect. Attack and defense are the same as the original Gate Guardian, except this time he doesn't suck dick. His materials are all 3 of those guys, and his summon condition is a little bit different. Instead of them needing to be on the field, they can be on hand, field, and or graveyard. When your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a card you control, as a quick effect, you can negate that effect, and if you do, destroy that card. And this is a thrice per turn. If this special summon card in your control leaves the field because of an opponent's card, you can special summon a level 11 or lower Gate Guardian monster from your deck or extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. Meaning that I'm pretty sure you can summon the original Gate Guardian with that.
But why? Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
It's funny.
Yeah, no, he's a big boy. They didn't fuck up the summoning condition, so cool. Well done.
Yeah. He's honestly mostly useful because of just how easy he is to summon compared to the other ones. Like, it's also not hard at all to search the new pieces. Like, if you can get to all 3 pieces, then this, or just get all 3 pieces in your graveyard or whatever, then this guy is always a good option to go into, because the protection effect is not that bad combined with his fat stats, and his floating is really good too. Meaning that if you go into battle phase and you float into something else, then Gate Guardian of Water and Thunder can actually be good to prevent him from dying that turn. And I will say, normally I criticize cards that, like, instead of giving blanket target protection, have like, banish one thing to stop targeting. But A, this is thrice per turn, and B, it's actually a very silly little anime reference, so I like it.
Yeah.
You know, the rest of their back row. Starting off with double attack, Wind and Thunder. It's a quick play, and if you control Gate Guardian, you target a card on the field and destroy it. And during your main phase, you can banish it from graveyard, add one of the 3 original boys that is banished or in your deck to your hand.
It's
Yeah,
no,
really
it's good. Popping recursion.
Yeah, but this is the thing that's really nice to do about Foolish Burial Goods, because if you already have the field spell in hand, then you can Foolish Burial Goods one of these, and try and see if you can fucking get more of the pieces and shit out. So you can get yourself closer to the Gate Guardian combined, instead of needing to be sad that you can't summon anything. And the next one is a card that is sent to God's silliest soldiers to fight his funniest battles. Riryoku Guardian. Normal spell card, and if your life points are lower than your opponent's, target one monster you control with a Gate Guardian in its original name. Have your opponent's life points, then that monster gains attack equal to your opponent's life points. Same banish to search effect. That is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know how you'd get your life points under your opponents straight off the bat, but
Oh, a hero lives.
Sorry?
A hero lives.
Yeah,
Use that, go into
yeah,
Prisma,
the
send one of the other
Prisma
guys to
thing. Yeah, because you can use Prisma basically to substitute for any of the pieces, and it just works. So
Yeah. That might not work in the TCG, but like, fuck it. You're not bringing this to locals. Have some goddamn fun.
yeah, shame really. And there's one more.
Yeah, the last one is Prey of the Jirai Gumo. Special summon this card as a normal monster. It's a continuous trap. Insect Earth, level 5, attack 2100, defense 100 to your main monster zone in the same column. This card is also still a trap. Then you can destroy one monster your opponent controls in this card's column. And same banish to search effect. This one's fine, but it's definitely like worse than double attack.
Yeah, I get it. Sometimes you have to like throw out like card quality for the anime reference or the manga reference.
You know what? I just double checked something. Double attack Wind and Thunder is only a hard once per turn on the search.
Yeah.
I guess the difference is that Prey of the Jirai Gumo like doesn't need a Gate Guardian up to search, but like good luck getting your opponent to summon their monsters to the right fucking column.
Well, you say that, but people like fuck up imperm columns all the time.
You know what? Fair. Considering the environment you're going to be playing this in, this might actually be okay. Because, like, I'll be honest. I think this is a really good set of adaptations. I think this is pretty well handled, and it's a good mix of being fun and competent. Like, I don't think it's going to be meta busting or anything, but it's genuinely a really fun idea pulled off pretty well. The only thing I wish they would have done is maybe a bit more... This is going to sound loony, but a bit more column mechanics to kind of, like, mirror how they worked in the anime.
Yeah, I think they've handled it well. It's very competent. I'd like to have seen them allow the big boys to activate their effects even when they're in the continuous spell zone. Other than that,
Yeah,
they basically just like ripped off XYZ but didn't fuck it up.
I think there was a Lint Mod comic about that. Lint Mod's great, by the way. But yeah, it's just it's an adaptation of cards that hits a very good sweet spot between playability and anime. It's a similar reason why I like the Mako Tsunami cards.
Yeah, no, shut the fuck up and stop asking for things.
Yeah, speaking of fuck ups, let's talk about the rest of this set.
Why people complain about this? It's fine. I don't hate it.
I mean, I'm kind of looking at this and I'm just seeing shit like Elfin the Raven and Kalut the Moonshadow. It's like, who asked for this? Like, the Mech Knights literally just got reprinted in the Trap Trick structure deck. Why are you reprinting them? Fucking, I guess I kind of get Rika's and Ancient Fairy Dragon, but why is cost down here? Fucking, I understand why Burial from Different Dimension and Overload Fusion are here, but like, the fuck is Court of Justice?
Yeah, like but
Why is Court of
every
Justice here?
set has things like this though. For every Photon Orbital that needed a
I
common
know, but this one's
printing,
really
there's
bad.
fucking Cost Down or I don't know, the normal Gate Guardian pieces.
Why the fuck is Psybeast here?
Why the fuck not?
Is he like Cash Tier Attack or something? I don't know. Avramax is fine. I don't know if also I needed to print. Maybe. I mean, the problem is that like the set that a lot of the imports came from too was a pretty shitty set. With shit like Overlay Network.
Yeah, well, these are things that need
soldiers.
importing. They need ticking off the import list. So it's fine though. We're gonna come anyway.
Yeah, you're gonna go broke trying to get Baron de Fleur and Guardian Chimera from this fucking set though, because they're both ultra rares in a set where most of the ultras are not gonna see a lot of competitive relevance. Like you got Duel Academy, fucking Rika Glamour, Wind Up Kitten as your ultras, Neo Tempest Terahertz. You fucking kidding me?
These are the risks you have to take. At the end of the day, if people want them, they'll buy the singles, and there'll be enough of a demand. People want Baron, so they've got to pay the troll toll.
I'm just gonna hope Wake Up's like relatively cheap, because like I don't think the imports are like all that impressive outside of that. Because let's see, it's mostly just the stuff from that set, like Red Eye's Soul, number 39 Utopia Rising, Barry and Untopia, Saga of the Dragon Emperor, Form Paladin Duelist Extraordinaire. What the hell is Kaio Raigetsu? Fuck was this? Oh, it's the song Ice Grace. Okay, that's why I don't know what the fuck that is. Yeah, it was mostly just the cards from that really shitty set. Like Forge a New Future. You fucking kidding me? But yeah, that's
Maze of Memories.
Yeah, it's not a great set, but I will say I really appreciate the Gate Guardian support, so I'm not going to complain too much.
Yeah, feelings mutual. Congrats for not fucking up.
You didn't fuck up as bad as we thought you would. But anyways, Cybersex Access. Should have said Cybersex asshole. What the hell's
Yeah,
wrong?
you had that in the bag and you fumbled that one super hard. I'm not gonna help you recover. I'm just gonna like point and laugh at you. For those at home who can't see,
Oh boy,
I'm pointing.
these are kind of mediocre. No, wait, no, my eye. I'm not supposed to get fingers in it. All right, so starting off, we have Firewall Cyber support. This is all mediocre. Firewall Defensor is a level 4 Dark Cybers, and if sent to Graveyard as link material for a Cybers, you can special summon a Firewall from deck, but it Cybers locks you. If a Firewall you control would be destroyed, you can banish it to protect. It's not bad, and it gives some context to the next card. I think now you have... There's a certain other card that got revealed semi-recently that... It essentially means you've got 3 Link monsters you can use for it, I think. You've got Lingaribo, you've got Salamangreat, Fuckhead, and there's one other Link one that just got revealed recently. That's pretty good. But the next card is Firewall Phantom, level 5 Dark, and if sent to Graveyard for a Cybers Link, it grabs a Signet back row, then discards 1, for some reason, and you can banish it from the graveyard during the end phase, shuffle Cybers from graveyard into deck. It's a worse microcoder, but it's the best thing to summon off of Defensor, so here we are.
I don't know. Firewall Phantom
one...
is a fairly decent pick as well, because it's essentially another recurring link material.
I mean, the thing is, you essentially have to run it because that's the only good thing Defensor can summon. Like, Phantom's second effect is also just fucking garbage. Like, that is never going to come in use. Banishing something from the graveyard during the end phase, shuffle a Cybers from graveyard into that. Why would I want that?
I don't know. Maybe someone does want it. It's not for us to decide what people do with their cards.
Yes, it is. We have a ban list for a reason, Reggie.
True.
Anyways, this is one of those decks that decides to split itself as far across summoning mechanics as possible. So Cyber Sage is a level 1 Dark Cybers Ritual Tuner, 0 stats, and you can ritual her with Signet Ritual. During the main phase, you can fusion summon by banishing materials for it on field or in graveyard, including a Cybers. If sent to graveyard as synchro material, you can recur a Cybers or ritual spell in graveyard. I was initially kind of negative on this, but this honestly does fit into the deck pretty nicely, and it's searchable enough with one of their extra deck options, I believe.
Cyber Switch, yeah.
Yeah, Cyber stupid idiot. Cyber's Disabworm is a level 6 Dark Cybers fusion and needs a Cybers Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, or Link plus 1 Cybers. During the main phase, you can special summon a Cybers from your hand, then this copies its level. When the opponent activates a back row effect while you have a Link 4 or higher Cybers, you can banish this card from field to graveyard to negate. This is fine. You can also mill it with the Terahertz Tempest Dark Fluid Retrain, so that's an okay use for it. But generally, you'll want to summon this off Cyber Sage so you can get another body on the field, more or less.
I find this is a problem with Cyberburst monsters and Fusion in particular. Like every other mechanic, like Synchro, like you have Cyber's Wicked, that's fine. Ritual, you have Cyber Switch, you get rituals things. Like if you want to run something like Clock Spartoy, you're locked into fusions once you've done it. So
yeah, wasn't there Proxy F Magician?
There's Proxy F Magician, but even still, it feels super janky. I'm not a particular fan of it.
I don't disagree, but that's why the ritual is kind of nice because she's already very searchable off of Cyber's Witch. But yeah, you are kind of right about Proxy F Magician because he's not bad, but he doesn't really do anything aside from act as a poly. So you may as well use Cyber Sage because at least she uses shit in your graveyard.
Proxy F Magician, it feels much better in other decks that aren't Cyberburst decks.
Is it generic? Yeah, it's generic. Okay. Yeah. Then we've got Firewall Dragon Singularity, who is the first V-Link, baby! Woo! Link 6, 3,500 attack. As a quick effect, you can target cards the opponent controls and/or in their graveyard up to the number of different types of monsters you control and in graveyard, Fusion, Ritual, Synchro, and Xyz, and bounce them, and he gains 500 attack for each bounce. If a monster points to destroy a battle or sent to the graveyard, you can revive a Cybers. It's fine. I kind of like it on the basis of it allowing you to make a V extra link, but yeah, it exists.
Yeah, he's cool. I don't know if he's better than the other Firewall big boys, but I think he better captures the spirit of the original Firewall Dragon by bouncing things.
Yeah. It's too bad he's not also supremely broken. But yeah, then there's Protect Code Talker, who is a Link 3 Dark Cybers, and your opponent cannot target Link 4 or higher links you control and with card effects, and they cannot be destroyed by battle. If you control a Firewall Link as a quick effect, you can banish links from the graveyard whose rating equals exactly 3 and revive this, but banish it when it leaves. This is a really good card.
I was on the fence about it because I don't actually play much like Cyberburst or Code Talkers, but
oh well, it's just protection that revives itself easy peasy for Firewall Dragon Singularity.
Okay, well, I believe you.
So if you send him to the graveyard, you can just banish other shit to get him back for free. It's really nice.
Oh, good.
Signet Rollback is a quick play that revives a banished Cybers, and during the main phase, if you have 2,000 or less life points, you can banish it from graveyard to recur 2 Cybers. Yeah, it's fun.
It's nice to have more searchable Signet options, so it wouldn't hurt running one.
Yeah,
you banish a lot of Cyberburst monsters anyway.
Like the Counter Trapper. Yeah. And last up is Signet Circuit, which is a trap that targets a Firewall link you control and specials any number of monsters to either field so they're linked to it. If you have 2k life points or less, you can banish it, return a Firewall from graveyard to extra deck, then summon it. I mean, it's kind of situational since the best it could really do is an Ibli lock, which the deck can already do by itself already. And like, honestly, I feel like I don't know. I feel like this is just if you have your Firewall Dragon Singularity like link pointing to your opponent's field, and you haven't already set up your Ibli lock, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, there's better Signet traps to search. Conflict in particular comes to mind. There's better options.
Yeah. But next up is the big boys, who are now back in town and are fucking shredding ass on their motorcycle. Superheavy Samurai.
Yeah, this is super weird. Like, especially since like.
Super weird Samurai.
We were talking about this in the Puri one. You can even see it in the title card. That was Puri getting like super heavy stomped.
Step.
So just seeing these guys get announced like a few months later, super jarring, super weird, but they're really cool.
What's really weird is that they've actually, I'll explain it after we read through them all, but Superheavy Samurai Bike is a level 2 Earth Tuner machine. And if you have no back row in your graveyard, you can pitch this to search a Superheavy Samurai. Once per turn, you can target a machine you control and increase its level by 2. I don't need to tell you why this
It's the level modulation, isn't it?
Obviously, finally, I can go into my rank 4 fucking Tornado Dragon. Summon Patole Mouse.
Summon a mouse. Just put it on your field.
I summon
Eat your opponent's card.
Go, mouse. Chew his cards. Use your ruthless teeth. Yugi, stop giving me mouse facts.
Judge.
Judge! Rats have rootless teeth. Go away. Yeah, and Superheavy Samurai Spy is a level 1 Earth machine. They're all level. They're like Earth machines, all of them. No, actually, one of them's dark. Okay, they're all machines. You can special them from hand if you have no back row in your graveyard. If you've got the no back row thing, as a quick effect, you can tribute it to steal an opponent's graveyard back row and banish it when it leaves. It's interesting. I don't know if it's as good as Bike. It's a free special summon, but yeah. Yeah,
they do have this gimmick of like pinching your opponent's spell and traps, because at the end of the day, they don't go back to your graveyard. If you can pinch like a Thrust or a Talents, you're kind of off to the races.
I don't like the phrase pinch a thrust.
Yeah, well, yeah, I've said it. The horse is out the gate. You can't let that one back in.
Especially not when horses are involved. Uh-oh. Mr. Hands, you shouldn't have.
You really shouldn't have.
Anyway, Soul Gaia Booster is level 4 and can equip itself from hand or field to a Superheavy Samurai to make it a tuner. You can special summon it while equipped if you've got no backward in your graveyard. Yeah, it's pretty decent.
Yeah, it's just most of these like soul like equips are pretty decent extenders.
Superheavy Samurai Soulless Gaia Booster.
Yeah, there's one in particular we would have to talk about in a bit, but it's not any of these ones. But in regards to like the FTK.
Yeah, I can't believe we're getting to the point where we can talk about the fucking SHS FTK. That's too many acronyms.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later. We'll get through the cards.
Prodigy Wakaushi, I think I'm saying that right, is a level 4 Dark Pen Tuner, scale 8. Pendulum effect allows you to, if you have no graveyard back row, put a Super Heavy Samurai pen into your pen zone, then summon this. Its monster effects allows you to pitch a monster, special summon a Super Heavy Samurai in defense, then it locks you to Super Heavy Samurais. If it's used as synchro material and it's in the extra deck face up, you can put it in your pendulum zone. This is fucking fantastic. Series 12 continues to make pens in non-pendulum decks very based.
Yeah, it's just free real estate. This deck didn't really have a problem plussing in the first place, but now it just goes off, and it's just consistency on top of consistency. Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. And next up is a Monk Warrior Big Ben K, who is a level 8 Earth Pendulum, scale 1, 3,500 defense. And the Pendulum effect allows you to search a Super Heavy Samurai Soul from deck if you have a Super Heavy Samurai. Monster effect allows you to, if you have no graveyard back row, pitch a Big Ben K from deck or hand, and special summon this from your hand. Same recursion as the other lad, also good. Very good card.
Good boy.
Yeah, it's... I believe Big Ben K, Wakaushi, and Soul Gaia Booster all form essentially a rank 8 engine that does not make you need to fucking normal summon. A rank 4 engine, I'm sorry. Because you activate Wakaushi, place Big Ben K, summon Wakaushi, Big Ben K searches Soul Gaia Booster, equip Soul Gaia Booster, special summon Soul Gaia Booster, rank into whatever you need.
Yeah, probably most likely Merrymakers into Sagas into Search Regulus into Regulus Summon, I guess.
Sort of. There's actually something else that they've been doing. So, next up is Super Heavy Samurai Overlord Masurao, who is a level 12 Earth Machine Synchro, 4k defense, and can attack in defense, of course. If a Super Heavy Samurai monster you control will be destroyed, you can pop a Super Heavy Samurai card you control instead. And if your opponent activates a back row effect, you can draw until you have 3. This is one of those cards that's more funny than it is good.
It's Gongstrong's Dick Smasher.
Gong Strong's massive row will make sure your dick goes kapow.
Yeah, really well. He's cool though. I like level 12 synchros, so he can stay.
That is base, and it's nice that like they're getting less stupid with the summoning requirements. Like it's not like Steam King where it's like, no, use 3 monsters even though your level's barely fitted.
Yeah.
Now it's like, yeah, do whatever, stupid. Use Big Ben K and the
I
stupid
think the
other
train
idiot.
is still a little bit stronger. Just
This is
slightly.
a better turn 1 thing though. But next up is Superheavy Samurai General Shanao, who is a level 8 Dark Machine Pen Synchro, 2.5k defense, pen scale 1, and the pendulum effect is a battle trap that summons itself and changes their monster's attack and defense off. And it can attack and defense, and during the battle phase, if you have the synchro summon dude as a quick effect, you can special summon a Superheavy Samurai from graveyard or backward, then put this one in pen. This one's bad.
It's a better Karibo Pendulum monster than the Karibo Pendulum monsters.
That is not a high bar.
Yeah, true.
But all in all, this is really good support. They still need some better endboard stuff, but it's really good. It's good basic tools and consistency.
I wouldn't know
boosting.
about saying endboard
And-
stuff. This deck can clean house. It can simultaneously put up large boards and FTK without changing much.
Well, see, here's the thing that I found funny. I was playing some duels with a dude the other night, and we're talking about like, I think we're talking about fucking Super Heavy Samurai or something like that. And I decided to look up like Road of the King to see how results were for. There was one deck we were talking about that we wanted to see results for in the OCG, so I checked that, and I was taking a look at it, and I saw for some reason Adamancipator was still kicking around. I was like, that's weird, and I looked at it, and it was like a third Super Heavy Samurai. And the thing that they're doing is that they are using the Super Heavy Samurai scales to summon Cleafort Genius and unironically pendulum summon 2 monsters to both of its zones to then search Therion's King Regulus.
That's crazy, dude.
It's pretty fucking funny.
That's such a weird way to do it. But I assume like they don't want to waste the room on doing the whole Merrymaker into Sargus line.
Yeah, I mean, it fucking works, apparently. It's been topping pretty well. Like, the Tier Laments is still the top dog over there, but this has been able to carve out a niche for itself amongst all the other decks, so it's interesting to see, if nothing else.
Yeah, and in regards to the FTK, I think there's like only one card they need to ban, and it's a Soulbang Cannon.
There's one card they need to bang, and it's
Yeah.
Soulbang Cannon. Fuck!
Well, I'm not. I may have flubbed it, but I'm gonna roll with it because it makes sense.
Yeah, Soulbang Cannon is that definitely does need to go.
But it's such an easy ban, so I have no problems with that.
Yeah. Anyways, I think the rest is kind of like. Oh wait, first we got like the other like Visa lore. There's Vicious Astrad, who is a level 9 3k stat Dark Fairy Fusion. It needs Visas and a dude with Visa stats. Must be special by banishing the materials from field or graveyard. And on special, you can target and pop a different monster, pop it, and then this card gains attack equal to its higher stat. Cannot be destroyed by battle. Okay.
It exists. It's kind of cool, I guess. It'd be nice if you do play a build with Visas in it to have this kind of thing just dump out and maybe swing for game.
I guarantee you that eventually they're going to pull a World Legacy and expect you to run like all the Visas likes in one deck.
Potentially. Until that day. No.
Kashtira Oxtra is a quick play that when a Kashtira Ixies dies, banish. This is a bad lore card. I don't care. Man of Domes!
Manadome.
The Manadome. One man entereth, one man leaveth. Anyways, Manadome Reum Heart is a level 4 light Visas like, so fuck the fun attributes, I guess. More light jerk off. And if it's in the hand as a quickie during the main phase, you can target a Visas like or a Manadome, pop it, then special summon this. On summon, search a Manadome. Yeah, it's a good starter for this deck.
Yeah, it's no different from any of the others. It does what it needs to do.
Yeah. And then there's Manadome Hearless, who is a level 2 Earth Fairy tuner and shows fucking one of the dipshits, like it shows Dog Hitler, like trapped in a glass dome. And if you have a Visa's like, you can special summon it from hand. If it's destroyed, you can special summon another copy, and during the battle phase, synchros you control gain 500 attack, soft once per turn.
I love the implication that like this guy just in his Zen garden with a little Hitler diorama.
Let me out! Haha, no. Lamau. You know why you're in there.
you get what you fucking deserve.
Today we will be putting Hitler in the ant farm. Nine!
Zen garden cum jar.
Take a look at what we're going to be doing today.
Oh dear.
Manadome.
No, that's fine.
Sorry.
Carry on.
Yeah, Manadome Meek is the same, but it summons Meek. And, it summons another copy of itself, and you can increase its level by 2. These are interesting to say the least. You can keep popping them with Visas and the other guy to get more on the field, I guess.
Yeah, people were weirdly excited for this one. Synchros always get people, like, kind of acting up. It seems intentionally not as good as the rest. It feels very restrained, but still decent.
Can you really blame them after the past two?
Yeah, well, those were intentional. They really wanted to hurt the game, on purpose.
We made this deck good on purpose to offend you.
I am offended. They succeeded. I've not played this game in person in 6 months.
Yeah, I might go this Friday, but I don't know. I gotta get my Book of Eclipses. Anyways. Manadome Prime Heart is a level 10 light fairy synchro with 3k stats and needs one or more tuners, so multi-tune, and a light, so you can make it with all tuners.
Cool.
Can attack a number of times equal to the number of tuners used, and if it used a Manadome tuner, it gets targeting protection. If the opponent makes it leaves the field, summon a Visa's like from graveyard or banished. It's not good.
No, it's noticeably bad. I think we dogged on Scareclaw Tryheart for not being the best boss monster, but this is something else.
Yeah, Scareclaw Tryheart at least does what he's supposed to. This guy is just today I will attack.
I am here to let me attack. And your opponent will go no, and then just get rid of it. Maybe.
I do find it funny how I don't think this thing can I don't think this thing can stop a Boral Sword.
No.
Then again, why are you ending on Boral Sword, you chuckle?
Boral Sword pass. It's back. It's coming back.
Finally, the base rocket board. Manadome Imagine is a normal spell that reveals a Manadome or Visas in hand, draws 2, then puts 1 on bottom of the deck. You can banish it from graveyard, target a Visas make it a tuner.
Yeah, I can't see playing too many. But then again, no, I don't. The more I look at it, the more I don't dig it. It's the same reason people don't play cards like the level 6 draw power card.
Oh yeah, I was just looking at that the other day because it doesn't actually put resources where you want them. It just Celestial Observatory.
Yeah, it just sort of shuffles cards around and doesn't actually plus you in any meaningful way.
Today I will be counterproductive.
On purpose. Man, that D-shifter card gets around and just being just terrible at everything.
Wait, D-shifter?
Yeah, that's the guy on Celestial Observatory.
Oh, is that him?
Well, I think it's a she. I don't. Not that it matters.
I have no fucking clue. I'm getting sent to the Banishussi anyways. It doesn't matter. Anyways, Manadome Abscission is a normal spell targeting pops a monster, and it adds the Manadome field spell, or if you have it, you can search a Manadome back row. You can banish it from graveyard to special summon a Visa's from hand.
Yeah, that's way better than the other spell. Because the field spell does something, and chances are you'll probably have the field spell anyway. So it'd be nice to add your Reum Heart or your 2 tuners.
Yeah. Primal Planet Calarium is a field spell that grabs Manadome monsters or Visas, and it gives lights 100 attack from each tuner, dead or alive. And if a tuner you control is destroyed, you can revive it. It's also good. It helps keep a field presence and shit.
Yeah, it doesn't seem this like because they've set a precedent with the other field spells that like when they do what they're supposed to do, it destroys something. This is more defensive like, so you destroy your own tuners anyway, so you basically like gain advantage off doing what you're supposed to do instead of like taking away advantage from your opponent.
Let's see. And then there's Manadome Breakheart, which is a trap that revives a tuner or synchro in graveyard, and if you special the light, you can pop a monster opponent controls with equal or lower attack. If a Visa's like would die, you can banish this instead. It's fine for interruption, but it does mean that like you have to have already set up your play with the synchro to get this to work.
Yeah, pretty much. And how often, apart from like T elements.
Today I will pop your nucleus core infinity. Wait, why are you plussing?
Pretty much, like same. I was about to say these traps aren't as good as like say the T element ones, which get you active searches. So there wouldn't be much of a loss to not run it.
Manadome Reframing is a counter trap that negates an activation while you control synchro and destroys it if a Visa's like is dead or alive. You can banish it from graveyard to shuffle 3 dead Manadomes.
Yeah,
that's good.
Better. Yeah, this is like that seems to be the running theme with this is like what two of each spells and traps, and one of them's good, one of them's not so good.
Yeah, I think Breakheart is fine, but it's a little awkward to work with. Manadomes have an interesting start with how much they can potentially flood the field, but I don't really know if they can.
Yeah,
do much.
like we're probably set to see like one more tuner, and probably a fuck ton of spell and traps, maybe another synchro.
Yeah, I imagine it'll be like Visas 2. Like I'll probably be like fucked up and fused with. Like,
I was gonna say
Astra.
like it'll probably
then,
involve
like,
Vicious Astral.
and then yeah, and then like Invasion of the Body Snatchers Hitler will be like trapped into the glass dome. Do you think all the Hitlers like get together for a party?
No, I think that's why they stand on different planets. Because if you were Hitler, would you agree with another Hitler?
Fair point, but I like the idea that he just gets them all together for like a barbecue, and then it's like, uh-oh, earthquake, and he starts shaking the dome.
nightmare.
9-month sausage crafting.
If you had a tiny Hitler, would you torture it?
Is he 6 inches tall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
6 inches tall, perfect clone.
It's not a perfect copy.
Okay.
Amazing defenders. They got some fucking support. Purely Lily is a level 1 Dark Fairy, and on summon searches a Purely, except a Quick Play. You can target a Purely Quick Play in graveyard, and special in Ixies that mentions it from extra deck using this and that Quick Play. This is good.
Yeah, very good. Very much like another deck which has centralized around 2 main deck monsters and a bunch of spell and traps.
You keep coming back to the Skystar comparison, and like this deck is good, but I don't know if it's to that point yet.
Given the game environment, it's appropriate, and I think it will perform very well in the coming future. I'm fairly positive on it. People are already starting to notice it 'cause it's doing well in the OCG. It's starting to creep up in terms of like usage and tops.
If this means that people will be able to sell like more rescue ace shit, so I can finally pick up my core.
You can
I'd
pick
be
up that
happy.
core for free just by like looking on the floor at your locals.
Did I ever? I don't know if I told you this, but like you know that Orphable card we talked about
Yeah.
earlier. I found one of those in the trash.
Just intact, like not even like damaged.
Yeah, it's just like
Just
huh.
gently placed
that
in there,
is.
and they're not savages.
Yeah, it's like they just put him to rest.
This is where you belong. This is your home now.
Thank you, Father.
Banished from real life.
Yeah, he's sleepy, just like Purely Sleepy Memory, which is a quick play where the OG Purely is like creeping on Lily and has you apply one of these effects and discard a card, and special summon a level 1 Purely from deck. Once applied, the next damage you take this turn is 0. Purely with it can draw 1 during the opponent's standby phase. I'm pretty sure this is
because
good.
they stack. If you can get multiple on these, you can literally just draw 2 during your opponent's standby phase. Maybe even 3.
Oh no. This dog.
Yeah. You can see why now. Maybe this is why it's performing so well. Because you can like just draw into your hand traps, your maxis, all that good stuff. In the OCG at least.
Yeah, this dog is bananas. But anyways, next up is Fury, the Orb Mechanico, and as opposed to being a good game, this is a win cycle level 3, emergency teleport ahoy. Same standard Mechanico effect, and the opponent cannot target Mechanico cards with the card effects while you have an equip, and when equipped, you can search a Mechanico trap. This is good protection and helps to enforce their win con.
I don't even know what their win con is.
Neither do I just thought I'd sound smart if I said it.
It's like, I'm stuck. What do I talk about? Ah, yes, the win con.
Girls!
Also girls.
Is that anything like SysCon?
Uh-oh. And then there's a
Sure, no!
and then there's a spell card, which is Dance the Mechanico. It's another equip, and the equip monster...
Wait, you forgot the second part of the name. Fascinating bird.
Fascinating bird. Dance the Mechanico.
Fascinating bird.
This bird is truly fascinating. The equip monster can't be destroyed. Card effects. If you're in Mechanico battles, bounce a card at the end of the battle step, and if it's in the graveyard, you can summon Mechanico from graveyard and equip it with the card, but when the target leaves the field, it's banished.
ISOLDE. What's that spell? It's LD.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, yeah, that's
Anyway,
a
so the last
target. Hell yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. Anyways, the last card is a Wet Fart. Reinforce is a Rescue Ace normal trap that gives a Rescue Ace you control 1,500 boost to stats, makes it a towers, and gives it battle protection once. You can banish it from graveyard to set a dead Rescue Ace spell. It's fine, but this is absolutely not what the deck needed.
Yeah, if you want to make them big, just like run limit or removal. It's way funnier.
My fireman is too buff, and now he's dead.
Steroid abuse is rampant in the fireman community.
They couldn't put out the fire in his heart, and I mean that literally. His heart set on fire after taking all those steroids.
Oh dear.
Anyways, tell our knights.
Yes, tell her about the knights. Okay.
No.
I'll tell you about it.
Tellar Knight Lyra is also a Constellar, level 4 Light Warrior, and if one of those archetypes is normal summon, you can special this from hand. On summon, it grabs a Tellar Knight spell. It's pretty good, and they've got a new spell that you probably want to search, and probably the only one you'll want to search.
Tellar Knight Skybridge is still pretty good.
Yeah, that was alright.
Not so much for Constellar though. I don't think there are any good Constellar spell traps.
I think there's one they have. Yeah, it's a new one too.
Yeah, it's that one.
But yeah. Tellar Knight Altea is also a Constellar, and on summon pops cards on the field equal to the light and dark Ixies you control. And if one of the Tellars is special summoned, you can revive this from graveyard. Then you can only attack with Ixies. It's not too bad, but you'll probably only want to run one of him, since milling him is a good choice.
Yeah, you can see they're just like topping up on the current existing game plan. It's nothing too crazy.
Yeah, I mean, part of the thing is that like with that deck, it's like they already mostly have what they need. It's just like they've got the consistency. I think they just need more fun tools.
Yeah.
But yeah, and this mostly delivers. Tellar Knight Constellar Caduceus is a rank 4 light spellcaster Ixies, needs 2 or more materials, and on Ixie summon can recur one of its archetypal cards. You can banish a Tellar Knight or Constellar from hand or deck, detach a mat, and copy its normal summon effect. It's not too bad. It allows for extension and other shenanigans. And I do like how it has the banish effect because they realized, oh, Tola Malice makes it impossible for you to mill from deck.
Oh, yeah. About that.
Tellar Knight Constellar reminds me of Earth's Arctic Drytron a little bit, and is a continuous spell that specials one of the lads from hand or graveyard. You can also use it to change your Ixies into a different ranked Ixies. It's pretty good. It's Monster Reborn and lets you make other dudes easy peasy. Very nice.
Yeah, no, I think it's fine that they merged them together. Were they relevant to each other in the lore of whatever they were? Were they Hidden Arsenal or some shit? Were they Duelist Alliance?
I think Constellar became Tellar Knights, but I don't fully remember. But they are pretty tied in. So this is one of those combos that makes sense, unlike Earth's Arctic Drytron.
Yeah, it's like...
It's also just like, from a gameplay standpoint, they work together very well. Like, they're both focused around just Ixie summoning.
Yeah, you definitely want to run these ones in both decks, but you would never really merge the two truly together.
Yeah. It's like Phantom Knights and Raid Raptors. They both got like stuff that's very handy and does not really disrupt them, fortunately. Anyways, wow, a new Zeus-like. Oh, I hope it doesn't suck. It's a spirit monster.
Yes, it is. This is Big Boy.
Sword Emperor Sumusumusugudeju.
You can normal summon it by tributing one monster, and when you tribute it, you can make your opponent shuffle cards.
Well, tribute one normal summon set monster.
It's called Sword Ding Dong. I've lost the name.
Sword Emperor.
Yep. If it's normal special summoned or flip face up, well, it's not special summoned. Activate this effect, your opponent can send any number of cards they control to the graveyard, and if they do, each player draws an equal number of cards. And during the end phase, shuffle all cards that are banished on the field and in the graveyard into the deck. And then it bounces itself like a spirit would. I think this guy's hilarious. He's it's definitely not for every deck. I can actually see Floanderies playing this.
I don't want to play this because you need two normal summons already to make this work.
Yeah, but in the greater sense of spirits, who they are getting another card, which basically means they have their plain normal summon and they have two inbuilt extra normal summons. So this is perfectly achievable in a normal spirit deck.
Well, my problem with this is that like, if your opponent could just choose not to send anything they control to the graveyard, and like this only goes off during the end phase.
Yeah, but if they don't send cards to the graveyard, you can just shuffle all cards that are banished on the field in the graveyard into the deck. So it's not like your opponent's getting away with just like not letting it resolve.
I mean, kind of, because like they still have the ability to negate.
Yeah, no, well that goes for all cards though, doesn't it?
Yeah, but this one especially because of the resource cost. Like, you need two normal summons.
There are decks that can do it. I'm perfectly fine with it. I suppose it should be not a super interesting footnote, but this is confirmed to be one of the secret rares for this sneak peek. Is it?
Yeah, it's a sneak peek
that got leaked a few weeks ago. So we already know what rarity this is, and
it's depressing. But after that is Solfakusi.
Yeah, these guys got something.
I still don't know what their fucking
They
game
don't
plan
have
is.
one. They kind of do with this brand new link, Grand Sulfur called Coolia. Gains 100 attack for each face-up pendulum monster in your extra deck. Pendulum monsters this card points to cannot have their effects negated. When your opponent activates a card or effect, you can special summon a Sulfur Cord with an odd scale to the zone this card points to and negate the activation. And then a Sulfur Cord with an even scale from your extra to face-up extra deck from your deck to your extra deck face-up. So basically, it's just very bootleg budget Appaloosa. So
at the very least, it finally has a fucking payoff.
Yeah, but then again, you could also just summon Appaloosa.
Well, no, this negates backward too.
Oh, that's true. It's a shame this deck can't really output the kind of monster bodies to sort of make both.
But Regi, it's a pendulum deck. Surely they must be able to recur forever, correct?
Incorrect. It's the worst pendulum deck to ever exist.
That's a high bar.
It's a low bar. Like,
No, wait, Amorphages are worse.
yeah, but Amorphages have some funny tech cards that can be used to make people upset.
The Amorphages are not making it past 2 turns.
We'll see about that. We're not here to talk about Amorphages. There's a ground soft called Symphonia, which applies the following effects in sequence based on the number of soft chords in your extra deck. 3+, all soft chords gain attack equal to their scale times 300. 5+, destroy a card your opponent controls and draw a card if you have an odd pendulum scale in your pendulum zone. And 7+, summon a soft chord link.
I don't know if this is good or not.
It's not good because, funnily enough, getting more than 3 soft chords in the extra deck is actually surprisingly hard.
Alright, cool. Well, this deck still sucks ass, and I hate it.
It's still hands down probably one of the worst deck build pack archetypes out there, and that's gotten like multiple waves of support.
I'm trying to, like... My problem with it is that, like, aesthetically, I don't think it's super interesting. It's girls with colors and tiny idiots.
It's musical, but then so was Symphonic Warriors, and they did that way better.
Yeah, fucking... Yeah.
Man, you really have nothing to go on that.
Neither do Sofa Chords! Anyways, Libromancer Origin is a continuous spell, and on resolution, it sets their back row from deck. All Libromance rituals gain 100 attack times their level. It pops back row ritual summon. Literally only the first effect matters here.
Yeah, but what about Firestarter OTK?
Regi, I don't dwell on the matters of higher beings.
Good, because I play that, and it's sick. It's my favourite way to play the deck.
Anyways, next card is Infinitrack Rodarola, and is a level 5 Earth Machine, because what else would it be? And if an Earth Machine is tributed or banished face up, you can special it from hand or graveyard, banish it when it leaves. A machine exceeds with it makes your opponent's monsters lose 1,000 defense and go to defense position. It's fine.
I can't see you playing it in a machine deck anyway. Yeah, I think
it's fine. Just because
like the fascination with like Infinitracks are sort of well and truly sort of dissolved.
Yeah, it's too bad Earth Machine died in that landfill.
Serves them right for trying to make a landfill.
They just all tipped in all at once. They were the one digging the hole.
Have you ever seen that? It's like a video of this digger. It falls into a harbour, so they send a crane to go get it, and the crane tips over and falls into the harbour. So and then they send a second crane, also falls into the harbour.
Comedy gold.
I can't remember the source of it, but it brings me joy watching other people like suffer like that.
I was just gonna say that's just like, imagine how many millions of dollars were wasted that day.
Those machines aren't cheap, but it was also a perfect allegory for society and Infinitracks.
We live in an infinite.
If this was Joe Rogan, I'd be like, Jamie, pull up the video of the cranes being pulled into the harbour.
It's just Infinitrax getting hit with Soul Release. No, my Goliath!
Attaches itself to your Kashtira Rise Heart. Thank you all for taking this.
Anyways. Amazement Dominator Arlecchino. As opposed to Arlecringe.
What?
Level 7 Light Psychic, and then if you have an Amazement monster, you can special him, then add Family Faces. During the opponent's turn, you can target another effect monster, shuffle him into the deck, special Arlecchino from deck, then make that monster's attack 0. I don't know if this is good or not, and I refuse
he
to
seems
check.
very upset that he wasn't the next, what you call it? Altergeist.
What do you mean the effect can't go off if it's activated just now?
No.
That's how equip traps work, sir. I'm sorry.
They just don't work.
I've got to find the bear and give him a spanking. Bufo. Bufusi.
Oh no, clownporn.org. Callbacks.
No!
Callbacks all episode.
It's .gov, stupid. Anyways. Dreaming Nemorellia is a level 1 Light Fairy Pendulum. Skill 8, and as a pendulum effect, once per turn, you can put a Nemorellia continuous spell from your deck or graveyard to your field. And if you do, put her in the extra deck, but you cannot special summon her this turn. It can only be special summoned from your face-up extra deck by having no cards in your extra deck aside from her. On special, you can banish up to 1 card your opponent controls and or in your graveyard face down for every 3 of your banished cards, then shuffle your face down banished cards into the deck equal to what was banished.
Wow, it's fucking terrible.
She's sleepy.
Yeah, they were fucking asleep when they made this card. Jesus Christ. It's so bad.
It's like, Takahashi-kun, Takeshi-kun, we need a new card. I see this child. Put her in it.
I have no idea who this guy is, but he's
Takeshi-san, please, we need more cards. Oh, chocolate dog.
speaking of chocolate dog. Which one's the
Nemorellia's Dream Defender or Ryler?
Bill O'Reilly? If there's a face-up monster in your extra deck, you can special summon this card from your hand. If
once per turn, Honored
oh
Palmer.
no, if the Dream Nemorellia is in your extra deck, you can banish 1 card from your extra deck face down, and it gains 500 attack for each monster your opponent controls. Just make Juggernaut Lieb. Please, just overlay it. Rank up. It's a level.
How are you
level
gonna
10.
do that when you? But you can't. But then you can't summon Dreaming Nemorellia, and she's very
Leave it to sleep.
sleepy.
Just summon a good monster, I beg you.
No, unplug her machine. Just she's done.
She's
Just,
on life support. She's not actually dreaming.
that's why she's a pendulum. That's
Oh,
the metaphor.
So we're getting creative now. It's getting out of control.
Nemorellia's Dream Defender, Couette, is a level 10 light beast, same special condition. And when the opponent activates a card or effect that targets a Nemorellia card or card you control while Dreaming Nemorellia is in your face-up extra deck, you can banish a face-down card from extra deck to negate it.
Cringe, I guess.
So you've got to like banish your entire extra deck face down to like do this.
This deck hates you, and they want you to know it.
The Sleeping Beauty Tower of Nemorellia is a continuous spell and allows you to banish 2 cards from your extra deck face down to add 2 level 2 beasts with different names and locks your extra deck to pendulum summoning. If a Nemorellia would be destroyed and you have a face-up Dreaming in the extra deck, you can banish a face-down extra deck card instead.
This can search all the Sphinx cards from the Yu-Gi-Oh movie.
Please do not do this.
Takahashi died for this. I'm gonna.
Pyramid of Light. More like the Pyramid of Light has left my eyes.
It can also search the Senju big pendulum things, but I don't know if that's good or not.
The deck does lock you to pendulums.
It does.
That's genuinely interesting. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
it's a thing. Like I did notice that. And then shortly after that, something in the OCG happened with involving these guys. I don't know if it was like a fan video or an actual official like.
I don't like the implication that she's like dreaming of furries.
I mean, dreaming of dogs made of pastry, I guess.
Isn't there like a Simpsons bit?
Yeah,
where
it's
that happens?
the Simpsons game. Homer's Chocolate Land. Yeah,
No, that was in the episode where the Germans bought the power plant. That was 10 minutes ago. Why have we done German accents so many times? Just takes a bite out of a chocolate dog. But yeah,
There's a field spell.
the last card is Sweet Dreams Nemorellia, which is a normal spell that grabs a Nemorellia monster, and if Dreaming is in your extra deck, your Nemorellia summons become spell speed 4. You can place it from your graveyard on the bottom of your deck, target a Nemorellia you control, add it to the extra deck. These all suck ass, but they're really interesting on an aesthetic and thematic level.
Yeah, I suppose. It's got that going for it, which is cool.
Like, I like the idea that she's very sleepy, but then she wakes up.
And then has to return to the harsh realities of real life.
Oh no, chocolate dogs.
Chocolate Labrador.
This is my lab!
If you need me, I'll be in my lab.
Bark, bark.
And then, well, there's what, like a field spell?
World of Boundless Conscious. No,
Yeah,
I don't think they have one.
Sleeping Beauty Tower. Is that the searching
That's
one?
what I said.
Oh yeah,
Continuous
okay.
spell.
You did it in a different order to my notes. Ignore me.
Yeah. I will. Don't worry, I was. World of Boundless Consciousness is a normal trap, and if Vicious Astrod is on the field, target and destroy a card, and if you destroyed Astrod, you can special summon a banished Starfrost. Otherwise, increase Astrod's attack by 1,000. What the fuck is this
I
card?
could hear like the interest like slowly seeping from your voice.
Play Astrod! Please!
Like, no one wants to play Visas, and we made him this cool boss monster, and now you're not going to play him either, and we made this cool trap. Please play him, please.
Konami goes through this every, like, few years. First it was Blackwings, then it was Salamangrates, then it was Albaz, now it's this asshole.
Please, just buy it. There's a poor marketing rep in Konami who's just like, every time like he does it, it's like, and it doesn't sell, someone like takes a hammer to his kneecaps.
I was gonna say worse. I like the idea that like there's one guy who keeps coming with like all his custom cards, and every time they like they tell him no, he like starts like crying and vomiting.
Oh, it's the SpongeBob one where it's like, what is he doing?
The problem is too, he's the janitor, so no one else can clean it up.
What a terrible like my mental image of the Konami offices is just probably is vastly superior to like what it probably is actually like.
I like the idea of it just being like a plastic table with like a little piece of paper that says Konami. My name's Takeshi. I run things around here.
It's just that
as he winks at you, his glasses fall.
It's an empty office. He just like talks to the mirror.
Oh, God. Okay. Next up is Bestial Dispater, who is a Synchro, I guess, level 10 Dark Dragon, and needs a tuner plus one or more non-tuner dragons, and allows you to special summon a banished light or dark, and when the opponent activates a monster effect as a quick effect, you can shuffle a banished card, and if it was the opponent's banished card, negate. If it was yours, destroy. It's pretty interesting.
Pretty good. I assume they're getting a tuner to make that, aren't they?
I think they kind of have one.
Yeah, no. There's like Quem, which is either out or not out. I can't remember. And then they got the Aluba, which is the new one.
Yeah, Albion the True Flame Dragon is what happens when Ecclesia and Albaz finally kiss, and is a level 8 light dragon fusion that that needs Albaz and a light spellcaster, and it cannot be used as fusion material and cannot be targeted. During the opponent's turn, you can summon 2 monsters, one to each field from the graveyard. If it's in the graveyard, you can contribute 2 mons in the extra mons zones, and 2 mons in the center of each zone to revive. There's a lore thing for that, because this is all based on William Blake's mythology, which is really interesting. But this is just branded rejection, but bad.
Yeah, I was about to say, all this lore and all this thematic, what do you call it? And they've just made it bad on purpose. You have to draw a line somewhere.
Despian Lulu Wildith is also a synchro. Level 12 needs a level 4 tuner. If a card leaves either extra deck, you can give your mons a 500 boost. Then negate 1 card until turn end. During the end phase, if it's in the graveyard, you can special a light spellcaster from a hand or deck whose stats are equal. It's a target for the ritual builds of Dogmatica, I guess. I don't know why it's a Despian.
It's fine, I guess. I think I like the notion of sending it with Dogmatic Calamity to summon White Zoa, and then you get a free out of
Yeah, that's
Ecclesia and such. Whatever you want.
that's the one thing you want to do with it. But after that is Virtual Tiger, who is a rank 9 Earthworm because Worm doesn't mean anything, and gains effects depending on the gates you have. 2 or more makes it a direct attacker, 4 or more makes it towers, and as a quick effect, you can detach a material from it to negate 1 monster you control and 1 monster your opponent controls with a different attribute and type. Apparently, VW players say it's dog shit.
You know, I can believe it. Like, why would you ever want to target one of your own cards to negate?
Yeah, it's... Unless you're, like, doing something weird like fucking Boral End Target Rocket.
In VW? I don't think
In
so.
VW, you should not do that. Because don't... Yeah. There's some random shit like Usa Mimi Doshi, which is not worth reading. But one that's really interesting is Time Rending Morganite. It's a spell with an effect that lasts the duel. You cannot activate monster effects from the hand. You draw 2 cards, each draw face instead of 1, and you get 2 normal summons. You can banish it from graveyard, discard another copy, and your normal summons now become spell speed 4. This is interesting, but who the fuck can use this?
It's an inherently interesting card. Like, you have to find a deck that really doesn't want to activate effects in the hand, and it's normally quite normal summon heavy decks. But at the same time, can your opponent Ash Blossom this because it involves drawing?
That's a really good question. I genuinely don't know.
But you know, it's the trade-off. You have to be very confident that whatever you're playing carries on into the next turn, and then your next 2 draws have to be not dog shit, so you can win.
Yeah, I genuinely don't know what the fuck could use this. It's not like any deck that could use it. I think back, it's like, oh, spirits. No, they'd still want hand traps. And it's just like, what?
Yeah, but then the new spirit monster activates in the hand for an extra normal summon. So
yeah, I know you're right. I don't know. This is bizarre. But next up, speaking of weird, is Bee Trooper Cruel Saturn, who is a level 5 fusion and needs a Bee Trooper and an insect, and is a dark insect. On special, you search a Bee Trooper card. It locks you into insects while it's on the field, and if an insect is banished face up, you can special A banish Bee Trooper. It's not bad, but their fusion spell still sucks, and their end board still can't do shit.
pretty much, but it's instant fusion target, so that's now mandatory in all Bee Trooper decks. In fact, even most insect decks now.
Well, it does. Yeah. You just gotta get rid of it fast because it locks you into insects. First purchase of the year is a normal trap that excavates the top 5 of your opponent's deck. You say you'll pay from 100 to 3,000 life points, and your opponent either gives you a card and you pay the life points, or more likely, they call you a bitch and tell you to fuck off.
Yeah, pretty much. It's obviously the Duff card and was just made to be like fecal funny.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Sword Soul of Blaze King Awakening is a normal spell that banishes a card on field or in graveyard if you control a synchro. If the opponent controls a ritual, synchro, fusion, Ixies, or link, you can banish a synchro from graveyard to recur it. This exists and it doesn't really do anything the deck already needs help with, and as a board breaker, it's outclassed by every other staple.
Yeah, I was going to ask as someone who doesn't really play Sword Soul if it's worth running, but I think I've just got my answer.
If it was a quick play, maybe, but it's a normal spell, and also like their trap does a better job.
That's true.
Tri-Brigade Roar is a quick play that, if you control a link, sends a Tri-Brigade card from deck to graveyard, and targets an effect monster, and if a monster is sent, attack becomes 0. If spell is sent, negate effects. If trap is sent, you bounce it. It's pretty good. It either acts as a setup or disruption.
Yeah, I think there was also a lot of chat, like, back when the Big Link 5 was announced, like, it needed a certain amount of cards in the graveyard, so this I assume helps fill that quota just a little bit easier.
Yeah. And Blazing Branded King is a normal trap that negates everything on the field but one Albaz fusion. During the end phase, if a fusion monster was sent to the graveyard this turn, you can recur it. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, no, this is a really good card you can set with the one that sets a card from deck, which...
The Funny Master.
Yeah, like a lot of this, now that they're wrapping up all the Albaz lore, like they are starting to get some nice pieces. So this can go off if you're if you don't summon their branded banishment or some other shit. I don't care.
Yeah.
Did you know that people are buying out Gimmick Puppet Nightmare?
What for?
Branded rejection ritual, the one that summons
Monsters to both
because
fields.
it doesn't activate it, but it locks you into Gimmick Puppets. So even if you dark hole it, you stay locked. And funnily enough, it's only had one printing, so now it's
Number Hunters, yeah. Okay. Yeah, wow, that sucks. Holy shit. Wow, that's nasty.
Yeah, it's a non-activated summoning lock. So it outdoes Rise Disciple. It outdoes. You can't do Scythe anymore, but
Yeah, fuck that. That's not even a good card in Gimmick Puppet. Jesus.
behold the good Gimmick Puppet. We can call it that now.
Gunkan Suship, Chef's Choice, is a continuous spell. It lets you reveal a Shari in your hand, put a counter on it, reveal a Gunkan in extra deck. Then your opponent declares a listed Gunkan except Shari, and you either search it or shuffle this into the deck. If it's destroyed by opponent, they pay life points times 5 times. They pay life points equal to 500 times the number of counters. This is flavorful as always in many ways.
Yeah,
I love this deck's theming.
Yeah, this card's actually quite rad as well because it's
pay the bill, dipshit.
Yeah, it's not even hard once per turn. So if you draw multiple of these and one of the vanillas or the other one that counts as it, you can just do it 3 times. The only drawback is like you're at the mercy of what your opponent wants to give you, and if your opponent's not a fucking idiot, they'll give you like the same thing every time.
No, please. I can't eat any more ice fish.
Eat the damn fish.
You will eat the fish. But next up, and this one's really interesting, is a Chaos Angel, who is a level 10 Dark Fiend Synchro, 3,500 attack, and needs a tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner light or darks. You can also use a light or dark as a tuner because synchro summoning doesn't mean anything anymore. On special summoning, targeting Banish, this card makes your synchros unaffected by the opponent's activated monster effects if you made it with a light, and gives your opponent monsters battle protection if made with a dark. This is really interesting since it towers that can't be destroyed by battle and extends that to your whole field is a hell of a drug.
Yeah, and they still adamantly refuse to give like this chaos support like anything remotely like resembling a negate, which greatly amuses me. It's just bunguses all the way down.
Chaos is so weird because like this is all spun off of one fucking synchro card that people remember for some reason. Chaos got its way back in the day.
Yeah, but
yeah.
Chaos has still been this bit nebulous thing involving light and dark. So I think this is kind of like just a culmination of
light and darkness. Bleh.
Yeah.
Let's see. Fusion duplication, double hooking are cards that exist. They're not worth talking about. Dual Avatar Lion Envoys, Aun, is level 4 light fusion warrior with 0 stats. It needs 2 dual avatars. If you used Empowered Kongyo as material for it, your dual avatars that battle become 3k attack. If you used fucking Mitsujaku, you can quick effect target banish on the opponent's turn. If this fusion summon card is destroyed, you can summon one of each of the main decks and they get destruction protection for the turn. What the actual shit is this?
Oh yeah, so I'm quite intrigued by these. I think they're cool. You'll never see the material effects go off, but like being able to pop it with your own stuff, which you will, because that's what the deck does, nets you pluses.
Right, but they're protected from being destroyed, right? So that means you can't even pop them for more stuff.
Not really, but you still have options like the token from the field spell, and you can also just fuse them off with the fusion spell as well.
I guess I don't know. This thing is.
It's a dual avatar card. Don't expect like miracles.
I know, but just like
I'm so tired.
It's so infuriating. That's like, use the big boss monsters to fuse into this. It's like, no.
Yeah, it's also nice just to have like more names for dual avatars and basically the ability to run instant fusion.
God. Well, after that is S-Force Night Chaser, who is a Link 1 that somehow is not a band-aid for the deck. Dark Cyberse needs a non-Link S-Force. Monsters in the same column as an S-Force cannot attack that column for attacks. During the main phase, as a quick effect, you can shuffle an S-Force you control into the deck to summon a banished one. This fixes nothing.
Only S-Force would get like the worst Link 1 in the game.
Yeah.
Whatever.
There is Ventrilla Duo.
Yeah, but that gets a pass because it was like one of the first Link 1s ever released.
Yeah, fair. But next up is Trap Track, which is a normal trap that pops a monster you control to set a trap from deck and can activate it that turn. But you only get one trap that turn. It's pretty good. Labyrinth and Unchained will probably enjoy it.
Yeah, I was going to say, it is more of a side grade to Trap Trick than an outright replacement. Because there are some decks that won't want this as much as the decks that will.
Branded. The Bestial Aluber is a level 4 Dark Dragon tuner, so that's a tuner you need. It becomes an Albaz on field or in graveyard. On normal special summon, you can discard one and steal a dragon from graveyard or field by sacking this guy. It's an interesting anti-dragon card, but Bestials have another use for it.
Yeah,
Cinco.
pretty much. That gets you to you disc pay to, and it's an Albaz, so you can now finally buy Albaz again.
Thanks, Konami.
After Fallen of Argyros.
Yeah, level 2 Dark Thunder, and despite how it looks, it's more anti-sprite than pro-sprite. You can special summon it to either field if there's a 2 on field. Link monsters that point to it cannot activate their effects. During the opponent's turn, as a quick, you can detach 2 materials from an Xyz. It's interesting, but more of an anti-sprite card than anything else.
I can't think of, like, when you say anti-sprite and pro-sprite, all I can think of is that Perry Bible ship.
The Scub.
Yeah, Scub, anti-Scub.
I'm glad we both went the same, like, brain cell with that one.
Oh dear. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Like, giving it to your opponent kind of does things.
There's a lot of qualifiers in that statement, I noticed.
Yeah, there is like a big trend of like cards that you just would rather give to your opponent, especially this like modern format now more than ever. It's just what fucking piece of shit can I give my opponent to make them not play the game?
I like to imagine you give him Gimmick Puppet, but not even Nightmare. You just give him one of the basic ones. It's like, I don't want to play this anymore.
Sees Humpty Dumpty, and yeah, I don't want to play today anyway.
Maybe Yu-Gi-Oh's not for me.
Scoops, throws deck in the bin.
It's like the one time at Locals when I told the guy that his fucking Unchained deck didn't work the way it did.
Why, what?
Like, didn't work the way he thought. So, okay. A couple years ago, when Chaos Impact was still, like, hot off the presses, one dude spent a shit ton of money to bring, Unchained Evil Eye to Locals, and he tried to pop one of his Unchained twins with an Unchained twin with the same name, and I had had experience with the deck, so I had to tell him, you can't do that. And he got so mad that he quit the duel right there and left the area. He's like, I spent so much money on this deck. It's like, alright, I'm playing heroes.
So serves you right for playing the deck wrong. Surely all he had to do was just play it right and it would have worked.
I mean, probably, but like, man,
Unchained players, right? What a bunch of unhinged lunatics.
I like.
Imagine basing your entire identity around a deck that likes to destroy itself.
Kill itself.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, actually that fits. Ice Jade Agerin Ran is the first good Ice Jade. Please clap. Level 7 Water Tuner Aqua can discard an Ice Jade or a Water to special summon it as a level 3 token, and it water locks you while the token exists. It becomes C-Note Anion while equipped. Yeah, this is just good.
Yeah, it's seeing a lot of play in basically any water deck that can afford a discard. Mainly Mermails.
I'm so sick of those fuckers coming back to relevance.
Just every time Konami creates a water deck like card that like discards, they're like, today I will return.
You just hear Abyss Baleen like getting sucked off by fucking. Dude, I don't know, lungfish in the background.
Lungfish. Is that a real thing?
Yeah, abyss lung or something.
Oh, that's what that is. I thought it was just fat.
Yeah.
Turns out he just likes breathing. When you breathe in.
Cock. All right. Guiding Quem, the Virtuous, is the level 4 light spellcaster tuner, 1,500 stats, and is treated as a Dogmatica and Despia on normal or special. Mill an Albaz card. If a card leaves an extra deck, you can revive an extra Albaz from graveyard. This is pretty good and gives Brandon some neat stuff it can do.
Yeah, I'm noticing like there's so much now to keep track of with branded. Like there's Quems, there's Alubas, there's the other one, the Scarlet one, Virtuous. What's the other fusion one?
I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm not playing branded. I just don't give a shit.
Like, and all that, and the deck still just managed to be the most horrifically boring thing to ever exist.
Yeah, I just, as a deck, it exists, and that's all I can really say for it.
Yeah, it earned the name Blanded, and it can keep the name Blanded.
Yeah.
Bland ass.
Speaking of Blanditude is a continuous trap, and during either player's turn, you can synchro using at least one dragon. While you control Bestial, it banishes any monster who uses summon material except for tributes.
Yeah. I think that's good. Is it good?
Yeah, I think you use that to go into Bestial Dissipator.
Okay.
The Boundless Open Land is a field spell, and if your opponent does one of them fancy summons, you can either add an Albaz monster or special summon an Albaz from hand. You can use each in the same turn, I think, and it exists, I guess.
Yep, and you know what that means, Mudwire?
What?
It's finally over. No more Albaz.
Okay, see, this pisses me off. What the fuck kind of conclusion to the story is that?
They all
I don't know what the
flew
fuck
off on
happened.
a plane, and they returned back to Golgonda, and then they kissed.
What, did they fly off on the fucking 747 that crashed into the Twin Towers?
Yeah, what they did was they dumped the sprites in the desert, and they went to just go off and do whatever. They're like, Alubra is now king of hell, and everything's right with the world.
Well, the villain got what he wanted. Time to go home.
It's like, well, I guess he wasn't so bad after all. He just wanted to kill God.
Can't we all relate?
Church.
Anyways, Dinomorphia Intact is a counter trap that when a monster effect is activated and you control Dinomorphia, pay half your life points, negate and destroy, and also any battle damage you take literally kills you. Standard battle damage protection in graveyard. This is true to their balls to the wall playstyle. Yeah, I assume that's good because it's a monster negate as opposed to the other one, spell and trap. Was it Sonic? So yeah, you'd run it, I guess. Yeah. Next up is a Wannabe, which is level 2 light insect that during the end phase you can send it from hand or field to graveyard to excavate cards equal to your opponent's empty back row. Then you can set an excavated trap, bottom the rest, and send it to graveyard during the next episode. End phase, I mean. This is fun in trap decks, I guess. Yeah, it's like the next evolution of what's it called? Curry Bandit. Curry Funny. I kind of like this as a sprite, not sprite, crawler tech, because often enough, like, I find you will never reach all your pieces, so being able to discard this and just like hopefully rip a trap off. Yeah, it's worth a go. And it's a level 2 insect, so it's not. Tauntaun is bad. Yukai Narin is bad. Fucking Pendulum Moon is kind of interesting, but not the Pendulum Magician support were leaked. Ringo Worm, the 100 Apple Dragon, is a level 2 light dragon tuner that can be special when a non-effect exists. And during the turn you synchro, you can banish it to make a level 2 light worm token that be a tuner. This was almost great, but it being a dragon instead of a worm fucks it hard. Kind of, sort of, but it's still pretty good. You can tell, like, now that Halki Fibrax is gone, Konami can start making fun tuners again. Yeah. I think I saw a agent list playing this because you can summon it with shine balls on the field. Yeah, but agents suck. You suck. Anyways, next up is Sakitama, which is spirit support, so it's already based. Level 4 light fairy spirit. Normal conditions. You can reveal it in hand to normal summon a spirit. If tributed, recur a dead spirit. Good shit.
Yeah, this was the one we've been talking about in regards to big sword man. And why I'm
Sword Emperor Sukuduku.
not a super heavy
Sword
samurai.
Emperor Dookie Nuki.
I've come to shuffle all your cards into the deck.
Dun 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 dun.
What do you mean you have him perm?
Full active Duprex exists next. Last card is Harvest Angel of Doom, which is support that I didn't think we would get, but is very interesting. Level 4 Dark Fairy Pendulum, scale 8. Pendulum effect pops itself to add Black Horn of Heaven. On normal or pendulum summon, add Horn of Heaven, and if tributed, place it in the pendulum zone. I get the idea is to use Horn of Heaven with it to put it in pen zone and get Black Horn, which is alright, but Horn of Heaven sucks. Use Black Horn.
Yeah, it seems like it doesn't really have a home, and it's weird, especially seeing as this is the CounterCast, and we're here like actually dissecting an actual counter fairy. It's not great.
Yeah, but that's it for Cyberstorm Access, I believe, and like the Super Heavy Samurais will probably do well. And I think that's it, really.
Yeah, like normally there's a lull when it comes to these sets. Was this the first one for the new series?
No, the next one is a Duelist Nexus, which we'll talk about today.
Okay, so yeah, we're still on this current series. So yeah, it's a set. I think you can kind of afford to be not like super duper out there.
Yeah, but Trap Tricks also. TCG structure deck came over here. And there's one more card we're going to talk about, Trap Tricks Holtea, which is a normal trap that can be activated the turn it was set by pitching a trap, and it summons itself as a non-trap with a 2.4k booty, and you can banish it from graveyard to revive a Trap Tricks. Pretty good.
Yeah, I think, will the deck choose to run, will the deck stop running things like Shade Brigandine now it's got this?
No.
Will it continue to do?
No, it genuinely still does run one Shade Brigandine, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it's just a good card, and the deck itself has some very good reprints. Pack recently topped with just 3 structure decks, because it's got Ash Blossom. I believe it's evenly matched, right?
Yeah.
It's got all the pieces you need for a Trap Tricks deck. It's quite good.
And it's got Mech Knights.
I highly recommend it. Yeah, I don't know why they did that. The Mech Knight thing confuses me, but it's like whatever. You reprinted Artifact, Morale, Attack, and Sanctuary, so that's fine.
Yeah, well, Blue Sky needed the reprint anyway.
Yeah. Are you a wild survivor, Regi?
It's been said that I'm the wildest of all the survivors.
Wild survivors!
Yeah, if I was out in the wild and I was a dinosaur and my options were to die or to kill my baby, I'd kill the baby.
I don't want to do this podcast with you anymore.
Tough. We're talking about dinosaurs.
Pop the baby! Alright,
Don't pop the baby.
this deck is called Transcendrake. It's just Dino support. They've given up all pretense of Dino decks being anything but Dino support. They realized, fuck it, we're never gonna get past fucking OP Pop Baby. Just accept it.
Yeah, pretty much. But to be fair, we've got some cool things, like, in terms of, like, basically evolved retrains of the level 6 vanilla dinosaurs.
Yeah, like, starting off in the main deck, we have a Xeno Meteoros, which is level 6 Fire Dino Tuner that, when a card is destroyed, you can special summon it from hand. During the main phase, it locks you to Worm, Dino, Dragon, and Sea Serpent for the rest of the turn. Then you can pop a Dino on field or in hand, and then special a normal Ormy Dino from hand or deck. This is just generic Dino support, and now they can make Barone with this.
That's fine.
Next up is Transcendrake Meteoros, a level 12 Nomi. During the opponent's turn, as a quickie, pop 2 dinos in hand or on field to summon. On special, kill dino. If destroyed, you can shuffle a Normie from graveyard, revive this. This isn't good except in like a Scythe Lock combo. It's a brick, it's -2, it does some of that fucking Overraptor does.
Yeah, like they just lean into like the whole just pop your own stuff. We know you're playing dinosaurs.
We know why you're here, asshole.
Also at the same time, they kind of also go, yeah, we know you'd much rather play UCT, so
Yeah.
Still the best.
But then their first extra deck card is Transcendric Gigantozowler, which is based for being a Megazowler retrain. Level 12 Earth Dino Fusion, and on special, you can recur a Dino. And if this was a specialist from the graveyard, you can pop a card in hand or field, and one card your opponent controls, same revive condition. It's interesting since it provides disruption, and it can Scythe-Law. Oh, Lamafau.
Yeah, even still, like, it also weirdly serves as an extender through Cross Sheep.
Huh.
And summon a monster from graveyard.
Yeah, no, you're right. But yeah, then there's a Transcentre Glaciaurus, which is a level 12 water dino, and it's Frostosaurus, so we're still based here. And cannot be destroyed by battle. Your opponent cannot target your graveyard revived dinos with card effects or destroy them with card effects. Same revive condition as the other one. It's really interesting since it makes the deck really hard to kill as a whole, and having 3 kinds of protection is only short of being at towers, and extending that protection to most of your other revived Transcendrakes is pretty cool. Not pun not intended.
Yeah, and like, would you play him though as part of your main like lineup of extra deck monsters?
I have no fucking clue.
True, fair.
Transcentrate Drillgnathus is a rank 6 Ixies Dino Wind retrain of a normal pendulum, and you can detach a material to specially banish Dino. If it battles a monster with no mats, it does double battle damage, same revive. It's a weird one since the deck doesn't seem to banish that much, and the no material condition is just there for the revive effect. It's kind of situational, more like a generic option than anything else.
Yeah, I noticed people are choosing the Evolzar Ixies monster, the rank 6, over this if they have the choice. So that's seeing some like market buyout because people have no brain.
Yeah, neither do dinos, it's fine. Ground Xeno is a normal spell that searches a dino tuner or normal, then it pops a card in hand, and you can banish it from graveyard to fusion. Holy shit.
Why? Why do you do this to us? We have this conversation every time Dinosaur creeps into the meta. Like, oh, I hate Dinosaur, I hate Dinosaur, I hate Dinosaur. Ooh, new Dinosaur support. Also, this second's back at 3, so pop, watch those babies drop. Also, say goodbye to your action deck, fucker.
Yay! Oh. To be fair, the field spell's at 1, so good luck getting that.
Yeah, I suppose you can still run 3 Lithosagon because you can just pop any extra copies.
And their last card for now is a Transcendent Flight, which is a trap. Targets a dinosaur monster in either graveyard or that is banished, special summon it. It is so weird to see such a simple effect.
Yeah, it is. Like you think it would do like something involving normal monsters, or it'd like destroy Baby Ceratosaurus from like someone else's deck or something.
Once per turn, put Baby Ceratosaurus on your opponent's field.
Kill.
Kill, baby.
Yeah, this wouldn't surprise me if this is the death knell for the Dino babies.
Well, it's unsearchable, so.
I don't care. I think Dino would be a lot different without them. So I think if they pop off again and the babies get limited, I'm just saying, I'm calling it.
Jail baby.
Gay baby jail.
Oh god.
Anyways, that's it for those ones. And next up is a deck that I really like. Nouvellerz! Brûler la basse de Nouvellerz is a level 1 Dark Beast Warrior ritual that can be ritualed with any recipe. On special summon, excavate 5, add a Nouvellerz, shuffle the rest. They fucking cooked Pearly.
Cool.
Yeah.
You may notice that I might glaze over because this is Hungry Burger support.
Oh, don't spoil it.
Oh, people know.
Someone might not. I'm gonna censor it so they think you said a slur instead.
Hungry.
Reggie, you can't say that.
Oh.
But yeah, when a card or effect is activated that targets this card or it's targeted for an attack, you contribute it and attack another. You contribute it and another attack position monster. And if you do, special a Nouvellerz that's level 2 or 3. Last part is standard on almost all of them. Just some level changes for it. But it's an interesting setup, despite specifically needing targeting to work, unlike Melfi's. Confie-toi de Nouvellerz is a level 2 Dark Warrior. Bitch, that's a Fiend ritual. On special summon, pop a back row, same effect, except 3 or 4. It's fine, I guess. Politesse de Nouvellerz allows me to butcher the French language continuously and is a level 3 Dark Beast Warrior ritual. These fuckers all got like 1,850 defense too. On special, it draws 1 and swaps into a 4/5. It's fine. Feu Glacier de Nouvellerz is a level 4 Dark Warrior because types mean nothing, and it's a ritual again. On special summon, shuffle up to 3 cards in any graveyard, swaps into 5 or 6. You exist. Balaminuere de Nouvellerz is a level... I'm getting sick of this bit. Level 5 Dark Beast Warrior, and on special adds a Nouvellerz or a recipe card. You can target an opponent's attack position monster, tribute it, and if you do, make a level 6 Nouvellerz. And it's a quickie if it was summoned by another Nouvellerz monster. Interesting end to the chain, but let's see how much further it can go. Beigriller Nouvellerz is a level 6 Dark Warrior, and on special summon you can negate all face-up cards your opponent controls for the turn, and if specialed by a Nouvellerz, tribute all monsters they control. And as a quick effect, you can target an opponent's attack position monster, tribute it, and if you do, special summon one... Hungry Burger.
Hungry Buggy, ooh.
This is the card that sold me on this fucking deck. We have been waiting for years for both this shit and Gate Guardian to get support. And with that, there's...
Stop asking for things.
Well, we're gonna get the volcanic support too, so we really will stop asking.
No, they won't. You people are insatiable.
You people are fucking animals! Like tigers that play card games!
The card designers are just like, these people are fucking ravenous, unstoppable creatures. They just want new toys, and then when they realize the new toys are not actually that good, they throw them on the ground. You know, like play with like their...
It just cuts to like a fat guy in like a live Twins shirt. It's like, I like playing Dark Magician. Fuck that guy.
God, I hate him so much.
Today I will play violins. Takeshi's arch rival, Ted. Okay. Nouvellerz Apogee, a table, is a field spell. On resolution, searches a recipe card from deck or graveyard. Once per turn, you can mulligan a ritual. During the end phase, you can shuffle 2 cards in graveyard, including a recipe, into bottom deck to draw 1. It's very good and allows you to potentially draw hand traps, remove bricks, and reset up pre-prep.
Yeah.
Next up is Recette de Viande, meat recipe, which is... Oh, wait, sorry, I missed one.
Fish recipe?
Yeah, sorry, Recette de Poisson, fish recipe, which is a ritual spell that it ritual summons. It's so weird to see this after seeing, like, fucking Vendread literally summon a monster from Deck Lamau and fucking Drytron summon one from Graveyard and recur this bitch to something that's, like, a lot more vanilla than it is, but it's still good. If you summon Buerilla Base, the level 1, you can then add a ritual recipe spell from deck or graveyard. It's not bad. It's pre-preppable, and it continues to help you stay afloat a little bit by searching the next one, Recette de Viande, meat recipe, which is the same as above, but it's pre-preppable for Confitrus instead, and it changes defense monsters to attack position. So this one doesn't really do anything aside from like be a searchable ritual spell. Recette de Personnel, Cook's Recipe, is a continuous trap. It targets a ritual you control and makes a token with its stats. You can send it from backward to graveyard to ritual summon a Nouvellerz. Given that they all have disruption effects, you can potentially get some snappy moves off this one. So this one's good to like kickstart your plays if the opponent doesn't want to target your shit.
Yeah, no, I don't know what any of these mostly do. Don't know if you noticed, but I'm not particularly jazzed about these.
I am the opposite. There's one more for now. I think we might get another one. I'm assuming, like, maybe another ritual spell. But, Recette de Specialité, Chef's Specialty Recipe, is their counter trap. It negates a spell, trap card, or monster effect activation while you have a Nouvellerz ritual, and destroys it if your monster was special by a Nouvellerz monster. If you special summon Hungry Burger, banish this from graveyard, tribute all monsters your opponent controls. You have 2 fucking Nibiru's in this deck. I love this deck.
Yeah. Normally for rituals I'm there for it, but this isn't doing it for me.
Dinner
Same
served,
with Mekanko.
motherfucker.
Like it just for me it just like screams people going, oh look, here's Hungry Burger, ooh, and I'm like, oh, cool, I guess.
To be fair, sorry. To be fair, I think this one also just has an interesting theming in general of like serving your opponent like different parts of a five-course meal. Like you serve their monsters and then they get fat and like odd eyes in that one episode of Arc 5 that someone probably masturbated to. But yeah.
He probably.
Definitely masturbated to.
Absolutely masturbated to.
Currently masturbating to.
He's doing it right now. We know who you are.
Oh, no.
We're watching you.
I wish I wasn't.
Yeah, no, we need to get that off the cameras.
Anyways, next up is the next main set, which is starting off small for now. Duelist Nexus.
Oh yeah, the next series, and we're revving it up with our main man Yusei.
Begin the circle jerk.
Overmind, undersexed. This duelist just likes to be Nibiru'd.
My heart beats in hypersex. Wheel Synchron is a level 5 light machine tuner, 800 attack, and it can be a non-tuner. During the main phase, you can Synchro Lock for the rest of the turn, normal a level 4 or lower monster from hand. You can banish it from graveyard, then decrease a Synchro you control by up to 4 levels. This is kind of neat, but with no summon condition, it's a brick. You'll only ever summon it off of Speeder.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think does it replace like Quick Draw Synchron as a high level target for Speeder?
But like I wasn't playing Quick Draw Synchron anyway, so whatever.
Well, shows you how little I play.
It's okay. I'm kind of bad at the deck, but I like it. Revolution Synchron is a level 3 Earth Machine tuner, and if you would Synchro summon a Power Tool or level 7 or 8 Dragon Synchro, you can use it in your hand. It has a Glow of Bulb Revive that makes it level 1 if you have a level 7 or higher Synchro, and this is fantastic and helps fix the Speeder block issue, meaning that the deck can play if Speeder is ashed.
Cool. Yeah, no, I saw a lot of people getting excited about this, so good for them.
Yeah. Cosmic Quasar is a level 12 Axel Synchro, Light Dragon, 4k stats, and he's a disappointment. You can, as a spell speed 1 ignition effect, target and negate cards on the field up to the number of monsters used to Synchro material +1, and this cannot be negated. As a quick effect, you can banish it, special and Axel Synchro Dragon from extra deck. This is bad. If you need this to board break, then chances are you aren't fucking making it anyways. It's also just as cost intensive to make as Blazar, and its effect is to shift into Blazar. Fuck that.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like you might as well just like I'd even play just normal Quasar over this.
Like, why not just like make the summoning condition easier so you have an easier way to shift into Blazar instead of like making it shitty Blazar?
Because that would be too easy.
Yeah. The Crimson Dragon is finally here and is a level 12 Light Dragon. Only needs regular Synchro mats, and on summon it grabs a back row that mentions it. As a quickie, you can target a level 7 or higher Synchro on the field, bounce this card, and then special a Dragon Synchro with the same level as what you bounced. This can make King Calamity. Lamau.
I got it.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, he targets himself and then goes into King Calamity. Yeah, let's see. Synchro Overtop is a normal spell that can revive any number of level 7/8 Dragon Synchros, makes them level 1, negates effects, and Synchro locks. If a Synchro is destroyed, you can banish this from graveyard to make Crimson Dragon for free. Second effect is never going off, but the first is nice as an extender to get off of the Crimson Dragon. Synchro World is a field spell that places 2 counters each time a synchro happens. Sorry, jeez. You can remove 4, 7, or 10 counters to change the level by 1, special tuner from graveyard, and special asynchro from graveyard. If destroyed by the opponent, summon Crimson. This is cool in theory, but harder to use than you'd like.
Yeah, God bless signal counters. I suppose there's that other card, the continuous spell, that also does signal counter things.
Yeah, Ready Set Duel. That one's fine just because it adds something from deck to hand. There's a lot of continuous spells out there that like are absolute fucking dog shit, but because they add a card from deck to hand, you run them.
Yeah, he's like, you're not using the other effects because you want to. They're just there.
Yeah, it's Yeah, it's like that Dreamier continuous spell. But next up is Scrapped Iron Idol, which is a normal trap that targets a dead or banished dragon synchro guy thing, whatever. Bounces it to extra deck during the end phase. Also, set this card back face down. If it's popped by the opponent, Crimson Dragon. This one is slow and not that great. I guess it can revive an XL synchro or Crystal Dragon.
Yeah.
Crystal Wing, I mean.
But is it worth playing a trap in your synchro spam deck?
Not this one.
Yeah, there you go then.
Duelist Nexus, it's way too early to make any judgments, but I kind of don't like this support.
Yeah, well, that mostly comes in the realm of just massive oversaturation of Yusei cards. See, he got something the other year as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he got the Majestic support.
Yeah, so he's not like wanting for more. I think they're just kind of like pushing. I think they did want to kind of like do a proper Crimson Dragon card.
Yeah, instead of fucking Dual Link Dragon.
But like Ultimate Zolkin was good enough, so.
Yeah. Premium Pack 23.
Is it time?
Arms regeneration sucks and we're not talking about it. Duality is a quick play and tributes a light or dark to summon a monster of the opposite attribute, but same type and level from hand or extra deck. And during the main phase, you can banish it from graveyard, then shuffle a dead light and dark, and draw one. It's interesting if nothing else, and it's made for fucking light and dragon.
Yeah, I was about to say, is like I can't tell if this card is good or not. But you've kind of exposed it as basically just a gimmick.
I genuinely like it's unsearchable as part of the issue, so I don't know. Maybe there's some deck that could use it to like dodge imperm and pivot into something useful. Like there's like a dark fairy level 4 can like turn into Herald.
Well, I guess.
Yeah,
I wouldn't know.
It's really funny they have to include extra deck in this card because they fucked up and made the original light end dragon and the dark end dragon fucking synchros.
Neither of which are particularly good though. So
yeah,
no, nothing lost.
Dark end was kind of fine just because it's like non-destructive removal. But like, it is so fucking weird that they made those 2 cards synchro. I still don't. What the fuck was Konami on back in the day? Jesus.
Are they manga cards?
Yeah.
No, well, there's your answer.
They weren't synchros in the GX manga though.
Oh, it's GX?
Yes.
Huh. Well, the more you know.
Konami's fucking stupid. Anyways, Shadow's Light, special say light with the same type and level from deck or extra deck as a dark you control. You can banish it from graveyard to get an additional normal summon of a light or dark monster. Both effects skip your battle phase. This is pretty interesting. It's good in Ogdoadic, and Alistair can use it to tutor out Ecclesia. Very interesting.
You know, you say the words Alistair and Ecclesia in the same sentence, and I want to strangle you. I just thought I'd like put that one out there.
That's fair. I kind of did too.
Any sentence that starts with Alistair the Invoker should be like punished by death at this point.
Your Honor, Alistair the Invoker, death.
Kill him. straight to the chair. Don't let him have his jacket.
Oh no, the chair is Star Seraph. He's getting away.
He's very slowly getting away.
I'm going to make a rank 4 with 3 monsters.
Delightfully devilish.
Delightfully Archfiend Star Seraph. Rose Shaman is a level 4 Earth Warrior. You can tribute her to draw 1. You can banish her from graveyard, target a plant in graveyard, add it to hand, and if what you added was original level 7 or higher, you can mill a plant. Is this good for Rika? I genuinely can't tell.
I don't know. Like, these weird, like, Rose Warrior cards are, like, so hard to, like, pin on whether or not they're good, because, first of all, they're not plants.
Yeah.
And second of all, you have to already control them. Like, this one, you have to tribute it to draw a card. I think the other one, you also have to, like, tribute it on the field.
Dude, Rose Dragons are such a weird fucking deck.
Yeah, well, there seems to be a running theme with Konami just not knowing what to do with mismatched decks.
Yeah, it's... I don't know. Feels like the deck should have been a lot simpler than it is, but fucking whatever. Cattycorn is a level 4 Earth Plant, and on Special Summon, if you don't have a field spell, you can search one. If destroyed, you can target a field spell in your graveyard, search for one with the same name. Lonefire makes any field spell searchable now. Lol. Lamau.
That's a good thing there are no field spells worth searching anymore.
Lol. Lamau. Let's see. Photon Jumper is a fucking starter for the deck. Jesus, finally! And is a level 4 Light Warrior. When an opponent's monster declares... Look, the only part of this card's effect you're using is when it's sent to the graveyard, you can add a Photon or Galaxy back from deck to hand. Galaxy 100 and Foolish Burial now 1-card starters thanks to this. The attack thing is fucking... I'm not even gonna bother reading it.
Well, damn. That's that on that.
It's a fantastic card if you ignore half its effect text, which I will.
You will.
Yeah.
You'll do it.
Synchro Zone is bad. There's 2 more Sky Striker. I don't even feel like reading the Sky Striker jerk off shit. I'm so fucking sick of this deck.
Don't bother. They all basically do the same thing. You discard a spell to summon them, and if they're destroyed, you add a banished spell back to your hand. Both the level 5 ones kind of suck. I say kind of. They very suck. But you could make Cyber Dragon Infinity with them.
They're like
The
Sky
level 6
Striker Human Sonas. They're like Mech Lord Human Sonas.
My Sky Striker Sona. Striker Sona? Yeah.
Granel, please check out my OC. Please stop talking to me.
Yeah, there's a level 6 one as well, which has the same summon condition, but what you can do is when you banish a spell, and then you basically give it to your opponent to destroy. Like, you give it to your opponent, and then you destroy it with your other cards, and then basically recur any of your banished spells.
I sure do like having monsters on my field in Sky Strikers.
Yeah, the only thing that bugs me is, like, none of them are Sky Striker aces, so bleh. Oh, they also got a Link monster, which is actually kind of good.
I don't care.
Alright, well.
I'm just so sick of this stupid fucking deck. Like, you had enough.
Yeah, but it's not doing anything though, so it's
Good.
fine. It can have all the shittier cards it wants.
God, that truly is the Dark Magician players.
just give them what the fuck whatever they want.
I found this in the trash. You can have it, douchebag.
There's Supreme King, Black Dragon, Odd Eyes, Rebellion XC's Dragon, and Knuckles featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series.
I don't like them.
Yeah, it's a rank 7 Pendulum XC's, and it does things.
I'm assuming it does nothing of note.
Alright, so Pendulum effect. During the main phase, you can special summon this card and attach 1 dark monster from your graveyard to this card's material. And then, if you Pendulum summon level 7, you can summon this card from your extra deck as the main effect. Cannot be used as material for an XC summon the turn it's XC summoned, which means you can't summon Rebellion Overlord like a normal person. And then you can detach 1 material from this card and then target 2 monsters with your opponent cards with 3,000 or less attack and destroy them.
That's not too bad, actually.
It's fine, but like the fact that you can't then overlay it into like Overlord and just swing for game.
Yeah, that's a little bit cringe, I'll be honest with you. I guess I fear Kashtira, but wait, doesn't it need pendulums as material?
It need 2 level 7 pendulum monsters.
Why the fuck does it have that restriction then?
Because
fuck you, I get it. That's the second part. All right, moving on. Valuable book. There's only, I think, 2 cards revealed for this, and I don't know if it's a full set. And I just can't be asked anymore. Starting off as Elemental Hero Flame Wingman Skydive Scorcher or Infernal Wave. Infernal Rage is a level 8 Wind Fusion Warrior and needs 2 E-Heroes with different attributes. On Special Summon, he grabs a favorite card from deck or graveyard, of which there are 2, and you only play favorite contact. You can tribute this card if it was fusioned with a normal. Special a level 7 or lower E-Hero that cannot be normal summoned or set from the deck or extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. There are exactly 2 things you can summon from the main deck from this, and neither are good. One is fucking Rosebud, and the other is... Did they just make Neo Bubbleman legal to play again?
Finally.
But he can summon Sunriser, meaning that the trade-off of making him with a vanilla is pretty worth it, and a buddy over at the Hero server figured out how to make DPE, Shiny Neos, Darklaw, and more off of a Hero Lives in a discard.
Thank you, Nespo.
Yeah, no, this card's insanely good, and it's really funny to me now that the deck finally actually ends on an Elemental Hero.
Finally.
The deck is unironically using Neos in its combos now, dude.
Oh, speaking of Neos, I'm Neos.
Did we not talk about this already?
Have we not talked about Omnios?
We'll talk about it anyways.
Is it my notes for the episode?
We'll talk about it anyways.
Neos,
oh yeah, it is. Okay, it's just a little bit later. Okay. 3,500 attack Wind Warrior Fusion needs Neos plus an Armed Dragon to fuse, and on Special Summon you can destroy all monsters your opponent controls with an equal or lower level to a dragon in graveyard, meaning that it cannot pop Lynx or Ixies, so already we're looking a little weird. If it destroys a monster by battle, it permanently gains the effect to tribute it to go into any extra deck fusion monster, aka make Cosmo Neos. I was kind of down on this at first, but it's a really good comeback option. You nuke the field and then kill whatever you didn't nuke and then make Cosmo Neos on their turn. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it seems pretty cool. I just don't like the idea of playing an Armed Dragon monster in a hero deck / Neos deck.
I've just accepted that they want me to play like 5 fucking bricks in Neos at this point. It's...
well, the bricks are interchangeable. You don't have to play Yubel, Rainbow Dragon, and
yes,
Armed
I do.
Dragon
Shut up.
in one deck. Okay. It's just whatever you say.
I'm playing Rainbow Neos, Neos Kludger, and Armed Neos, and you're not gonna fucking stop me. Racist?
What do you mean by this?
I don't know. Anyways, Link Decoder is a Link 1 Dark Cyberse and needs a level 4 or lower Cyberse. If sent to graveyard for a Cyberse Link summon with 2,300 or more original attack, you can revive this, but banish it when dead. Yeah, this is incredible. Dotscaper is now a 1-card access code. Lamau.
He's a good boy. I like Dotscaper.
Yeah, you could probably like put him in like 3D dot heroes and he'd have a gay old time.
You probably like put him on your desk and stare at him, and he'd probably stare at you.
Yeah, he'd be like, "Are gonna finish those tax forms? No. Don't break eye contact."
Stare off with his like.
It's almost April. No.
Forget about the tax year. We're evading this year.
I don't think that's responsible. No.
Don't make me banish you. You know you once per duel.
I'll come back, bitch.
No, you won't.
Fire legendary duelists.
Yeah, are you happy now?
Yeah.
Well, that's a shame.
So I've heard leaks confirming that we'll get Salamangreat and Volcanic, which is great. And I've heard it's likely that the third one will be Flame Swordsman, which makes me want to death.
Ah, it's got to be battling boxes, surely.
I hope it is, because, like, Alito's based. Flame Swordsman is fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's... This will be the ultimate, like, litmus test of, like, how far Konami's willing to go to preserve duel monsters.
God. It's... The thing is, I don't even know what the fuck you can do with Flame Swordsman, aside from, like, more Red Eyes jerk-off.
Pretty much. That's like... It'll be a Flame Swordsman monster you can make with Red Eyes Fusion.
Oh,
and you're gonna...
Red Eyes.
You're gonna like it.
I summon Red Eyes Flame Swordsman once per turn against 100 attack. I end my turn.
Damn, he's good.
I forgot to activate the effect!
I can see how this guy came third in Battle City.
Yeah, because he had a stroke due to Merrick.
Damn. Can't believe Joey's dead.
I can.
Duel Links. Fucking Firewall Dragon and Nightmare Unicorn are in Duel Links.
Yeah. Rebellion's in the game. Still rank 5.
Oh yeah, Requiem. So now,
Yeah, Requiem.
now you've got like 3 monster negates on one monster, and they have Phantom Knight's rank up magic as like a limited
Oh,
card.
and they deleted Galaxy Eyes Photon.
They
Lord from the
did.
game
They
too.
removed him from the skill. So like, why? It's like Jesus. You're giving these guys 4 negates, but you can't let us have the 1. What the fuck?
No, 1 negate bad.
4
Well,
negates good.
to its credit, like Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord is a fucking huge booty, and it just
Yeah,
replaces
he is.
his own
He
materials.
is. He is a little bit much for Duel Links. I'm not gonna lie, but it is kind of weird that they're all of a sudden okaying this. And also, Raid Raptors are in the game, but they can't fucking do anything.
That just sounds like normal Raid Raptors.
No, Raid Raptors at least stand on the towers. Like, and you can't tell me that's too strong for Duel Links. Apocalyphort Towers, like Apocalyphort Skybase is in the fucking game.
Yeah, but no one's playing Cleaforts.
That's my point.
I think Ultimate Falcon might be just a little bit too much for Duel Links.
No, they have to
Because
just they have to eat shit at this point.
3500 is just big enough for like people to like reconsider their life choices.
Well, that's their fucking problem.
We also got the Power Pro Vanillas.
Sure.
Yeah. Behold, the world's first normal monster with 2400 defense.
Wow. I don't care.
You shouldn't have. No, you really shouldn't have.
Fucking. Yeah, there was a Jirag event. There's a Shun event right now. I think that's it for Duel Links off the top of my head. Fucking. Oh yeah, they finally added Nucleus Infinity Core and fucking Dimensional Fissure and fucking Ring of Destruction.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
Yeah, I don't know if that card will even be good or if it's too late. But Battle of Legend, Monstrous Revenge was announced. Comes with Dark Magician, the Knight of Dragon Magic, Armed Neos, Assault Synchron, Numbers Last Hope, Odd Eyes Rebellion, Xyz Dragon, Rocket Coder, X-Toss Hydra, Tri-Edge Master, Daratant, the Ooze Giant. They made special note of those 3 previous like piles of shit, by the way, and I'm not even gonna bother reading them because they are absolutely fucking worthless.
Yeah, I like X-Tox Hydra. It's more instant fusion. This time for reptiles.
Why must you continue to be this way?
Because I like instant fusion. I just think it's neat.
Oh yeah, there's also a quarter century secret rares. There's Dark Arm Dragon, Dante, Altart, Sky Striker, Engage, Rite of Aramasur, Zeus, Welcome Labyrinth, all as quarter century secret rares.
Yeah, well, I can't imagine I'll ever see them opening packs, so I'll just pretend they don't exist.
Yeah, I have some other things here like X-Tox Hydra, Tri-Edge Master, Daratant the Liquid Giant, Daratant the Ooze Giant, Tuner Hickey Tug of War, Rainbow Lucian Lab, Superheavy Samurai Constable, and Magician of Sanctifaith, but not a one of them is good, so I'm not spending any time considering them.
Yeah, just open Edo Pro and read them yourself.
Yeah,
You'll feel bad.
I feel bad all the time. And then
Master Duel.
Yeah. There's a little bit of. Oh yeah, I forgot they put Crusadias in Duel Links too. And Lagia. But yeah, Master Duel. They just came off of the Legend and Anthology and the Ixies event, and the Legend Anthology event was actually really fun. The Ixies event was not, because Sprite is top dog, and I am playing Sprite. Fuck you. There's a new solo mode.
Anniversary stuff, gems and shit.
Yeah. They were doing an anniversary where you could get one of 8 randomly selected packs that would have support for one of their flagship monsters. I got Red Eyes. And on the second day, when I got Heroes, I pulled fucking Neos.
You will take the level 7 vanilla.
I'm going to die, Reggie.
I got Stardust Dragon, and I can't remember what the other one was.
I don't even remember what my third one was, but let's see. Oh yeah, it was Blue Eyes. Oh yeah, it was Bingo Machine. That's not too bad, honestly. But yeah, there's a Rika thing now, and they're doing a new event, which is a rental event, meaning you don't have to build the deck for it, which is really nice. And it starts March 2nd to March 6th, and then one to March 10th to March 13th, and then one to 31st to April 3rd. So yeah. I think that's everything. We've covered it up. We've covered the world. Oh yeah, Duel Links got a ban list. One last thing. The Infinity Launcher actually got limited, so did Moria of Greed. Salaman Great A-Links is semi-limited, so is Void Vanishment. Goki Super X is limited 3, so is Rematch. Goki Finishing Move, Mech Knight Blue Sky, World Legacy's Memory, because, you know, World Legacies are... Mech Knights are a bit much for Duel Links. No longer the list is Alistair the Invoker, Gandora, Luster Pendulum and Draco Slayer because Pendulums have done jack shit, Magical Contract Door, Kristan Citri, Shiranui Solitaire because I hate Shiranuis, Roxor's Dragon, Palace of the Elemental Lords, and Shien's Dojo. And then Hero Alliance and Golem Hole got buffed to not be stupid anymore, and Ixie's Galaxy, as you said, it's circumcised fucking number 90 from the extra deck.
Damn. It's a shame I don't play Duel Links.
It's okay, no one
Like,
does.
I log in for gemmies and some free dopamine from opening packs.
Odd Eyes Dopamine Dragon.
That's kind of me with Master Duel usually. But yeah,
Yeah, but Master Duel doesn't give gems, like, away nearly, like, in as much as, like, Duel Links does.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Master Duel is doing an alt-art event that is stupid because I still haven't gotten my Eldritch. Fuck this game. But anyways,
Yeah, I got the Eldritch.
I hate you. Anyways, that's been it for this time, gamers. I think that's all we can spare.
That's 2.5 hours of just two guys
Being
chatting the
dudes.
shit, being the dudes.
Guys being dudes.
What could be better than this?
Me. Wait,
What?
I might need the recording.